Good afternoon, ma'am.
Krishna Reddy, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Thank
Yes,
you
ma'am.
for joining.
Good
This is
afternoon,
Ina
ma'am.
signing in from Hello English. Thank you, Paul, Krishna Reddy, Manju Amar, Neelam Tyagi, Sarah, and Savan. Today, we are going to talk about adverbs, but before that, let me tell you that I'm available on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday from 1 to 2. If you wish to join me on Zoom, you need to type VEENA code 1010 on the Pro invite, which I'm just sharing with you. Give me a second, I'm just doing that. Just send you this Pro invite. So here you can see we are going to talk about adverbs. We have discussed about, yesterday we discussed about past tense, we discussed about subject verb, then we talked about agreement of the verb there with the subject. We did discuss about something which makes, I will not say something which makes, it's like it is the most important thing to frame a sentence, which is a verb. And today we are going to talk about placement of expression of time, place, manner and frequency. Actually ये adverbs होते हैं. अब adverb क्या है इसके बारे में हम चर्चा करते हैं, but before that not चर्चा करते हैं. You have to learn that what we are going to talk about. खान भाई, रजनी मंसूर, Paul S भाई, महक, सईद कदारी, उमा, what is this? Umaira Islamic videos. Ambika have joined Preeti Pragati. Sayyid Sushman have also joined us. Saeed Kadari, I'm absolutely fine. Thank you so much. Nilima for asking. Very good afternoon. Nusrat Amir. चलिए शुरू करते हैं. I hope you can see the slides clear. My voice is also clear to all of you. Let's get started. Keep your notepads ready. हाँ नहीं तो फिर दिक्कत हो जाएगी आप लोगों को. Position of time and expression. सबसे पहले तो ये समझिए हम बात किस चीज पे कर रहे हैं. We are going to talk today about when we are talking about a particular action, how that particular action is done. That means what time, what is the frequency, in what manner. These are few thoughts which have to be expressed to extend, to make the other person understand my expression. वो भाग रही है, वो जल्दी जल्दी भाग रही है, वो जल्दी जल्दी कल भाग रही थी. आपने भागने को दो तरह से बता दिया, भागना जल्दी जल्दी और भागना कल. तो आपने कल टाइम भी बता दिया और जल्दी जल्दी भी बता दिया, क्विकली भी बता दिया. तो किस मैनर में भाग रही थी? वो तो रोज ही जल्दी जल्दी भागती है, रोज फ्रीक्वेंसी बताती है. सो व्हेन वी आर ट्राइंग टू एक्सप्रेस, सबसे पहली बात जो मैं हर बार आप लोगों से कहती हूँ कि सीखना क्यों है, लैंग्वेज को समझ लीजिए. यू आर ट्राइंग टू लर्न दिस लैंग्वेज सो दैट यू आर एबल टू एक्सप्रेस, सो दैट यू आर एबल टू रीड, सो दैट यू आर गोइंग टू सिट with people who talk this kind of a language and you can understand it, right? So when I have to say something, I need to be very clear on what I am trying to say. So whatever I'm trying to say, frame it, it becomes a subject. This subject is going to have the content that you're going to talk about, but the connectivity has to be there with the verb. So when you have these three forms of it, now you are going to talk about in what manner the verb is working, in what manner that extra information of verb has to be given. तो जब भी हम अपनी क्रिया से, क्रिया का कुछ भी एक्स्ट्रा इंफॉर्मेशन या उससे रिलेटेड कोई इंफॉर्मेशन हम देते हैं, क्रिया से, वर्ब से रिलेटेड अब जब हम इंफॉर्मेशन देते हैं, ये इंफॉर्मेशन शब्दों में आ सकती है या कुछ शब्दों में आ सकती है. मतलब इट कुड बी जस्ट वर्ड, सिंगल वर्ड, और इट कुड बी 1, 2, 3 words. So it could be adverb or adverbial phrase which is defining the verb. So any word or any section of words which it falls in the category of a phrase is actually trying to talk about the verb, is actually trying to give more information about the verb, is called as an adverb. Don't get confused with adjective, because normally I've seen girls, boys who are studying in school, they might get a little confused, but very clearly adverbs talk about verbs, adjectives will always talk about nouns or pronouns. So that way you need to differentiate it. So again, go back to the first main thought. Pick up the subject, pick up the predicate. Subject is noun or a pronoun. Subject is having a predicate. This predicate obviously is going to have a verb. So define it very clearly. When this section is understood that this subject is talking about noun or a pronoun, so any noun and a pronoun, beautifying it, that is called as an adjective. And the verb beautifying is called as an adverb. For example, right now, Veena is wearing orange t-shirt. So Veena को enhance करने के लिए कौन सी t-shirt है? उसका color क्या है? Orange है. Adjective हो गया ये. राइट. सो वीना का ऑब्जेक्ट क्या है? टी शर्ट. टी शर्ट का कलर क्या है? ऑरेंज. ये हो गया तुम्हारा एडजेक्टिव. बट वीना इज टीचिंग क्विकली, और वीना टीचर्स फास्ट, और वीना टीचर्स पैथेटिकली. You are trying to talk about her teaching. So that pathetically or interestingly or remarkably, all these are actually about the verb. That is adverb. I hope it is clear. Let's understand पोजिशन ऑफ टाइम. अब यहां जब हम एडवर्ब की बात करते हैं तो एडवर्ब में एक्सप्रेशन जो आएगा, वक्त का जो एक्सप्रेशन आएगा, टाइम का जो एक्सप्रेशन आएगा, वो किस तरह से आएगा. एग्जाम्पल्स आएंगे. वीना टॉट अस यस्टरडे. टॉट अस यस्टरडे. यस्टरडे क्या इंफॉर्मेशन दे रहा है? टीचिंग के बारे में. एंड यस्टरडे बिकम्स द एक्सप्रेशन ऑफ टाइम. दिस इज एन एडवर्ब ऑफ टाइम. Okay, so it says adverbs of time are usually put at the end of the sentence. Understand it how we place. Understand now the placing of it. Normally adverb of time can come in the last, but we can put it in starting also. Yesterday Veena was teaching remarkably. Okay, so I use the word yesterday because it is denoting me about the time. Recently she taught adverbs. I can say adverbs were taught recently. So I'm putting adverb of time का जो शब्द है वो शुरू के सेंटेंस में भी काम में ले सकते हो और आखिर में भी ले सकते हो. So that shifting is possible with position. That means जो position आएगी आपकी टाइम की, adverb की, वो आगे भी आ सकती है सेंटेंस के स्टार्टिंग में और लास्ट में भी आ सकती है. Just a small indication, because today I know Sarah is with me. She's a school girl. So whenever you are writing an essays, anybody who's connected with writing or still giving exams there, so you're supposed to write something, an essay kind of a thing, or a story. Whenever you write or start your essays with such kinds of adverbs in the starting, it could be time, it could be manner, it could be frequency, we'll talk about it. So when you start and put them in the starting letter there, sorry, the starting of the sentence there, it enhances your writing. Instead of writing once upon a time there lived, that's the way you start a story. That has been taught from ages to people. Just put an adverb of time somewhere, and there you can say something related to adverb of time, something related there, and put a comma there, and then you can have the rest part of the sentence. Let's understand the position here. I will tell you the story tomorrow. Here the word I is the subject. As you know, will is always for future, but here it is working as a verb. So will tell. So we are talking about auxiliary, at the same time tell the verb. So both are in the category of the verb section only. Tell is the main verb. You is supposed to be the indirect object. You remember recently we did the indirect object there. I will tell you. क्या बताऊंगी मैं तुम्हें? मैं एक कहानी बताऊंगी. कब बताऊंगी? कल बताऊंगी. यहाँ द स्टोरी क्या हो गया आपका? डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट. So here we are talking I will, I as a subject, will tell is the verb, you is an indirect object. Direct object is talking about the story. When are you going to tell me? Tomorrow. Tomorrow is supposed to be my adverb of time. Now I can change the position of this by putting it in the starting. I can say tomorrow. You can shift and say tomorrow I will tell you the story. कल बताएंगे तुमको स्टोरी. तुमको ना स्टोरी मैं कल बताऊंगी. तो इसकी पोजीशन आप स्टार्टिंग और एंड दोनों में से कहीं भी शिफ्ट कर सकते हैं. Understand this. Try to take a snapshot. It's a very important slide. I'll just take water. Okay. Note that some time expressions are adverbs of frequency. Frequency क्या होता है? जैसे आप वो रेडियो की फ्रीक्वेंसी नहीं काम में लेते हो, उसको धीरे करते हो, फिर आप देखते हो कि वो मैच कर रही है, उस आवाज साफ आ रही है कि नहीं आ रही है, फिर उसको पॉइंट्स पे लाके मैच करने की पूरी कोशिश करते हो, उसको कहते हैं फ्रीक्वेंसी को मैच करना. That's actually frequency. How is it related to what we are talking here about? It is related when we are talking कि कोई सी भी चीज हर रोज होती है, कभी कभी होती है, कभी भी नहीं होती है, ये फ्रीक्वेंसी के शब्दों में आते हैं. Always, never, usually. It's like Veena is always lousy when she teaches. She is usually lousy when she teaches. So what is the frequency of her? कि वो हमेशा ही बोरियत, बहुत ही बोरिंग क्लास लेती है, राइट? वो अरे उसका तो तरीका ही यही है पढ़ाने का कि वो तो रोज ही हमेशा से ही ऐसे पढ़ाती है. तो आप क्या कह रहे हो कि क्लास जो रोज हो रही है उसकी उसकी फ्रीक्वेंसी कैसे रहती है, रोज की क्लास की फ्रीक्वेंसी कैसे रहती है, इसको डिफाइन करते हैं. सो टाइम के जो एक्सप्रेशंस होते हैं फ्रीक्वेंसी के, ये हमेशा प्लेसमेंट कहाँ लेंगे, इनकी पोजीशनिंग आपको कहाँ करनी होगी, ज्यादातर आप इसको इस्तेमाल में लेते हैं मेन वर्ब के आगे. लेकिन जहां पर भी हम वेर एवर वी आर यूजिंग बीई, इस फॉर्म को अगर आप इज वॉज वर आर, इनको जब हम इस्तेमाल में करते हैं, ये अगर हमारे मेन वर्ब की जैसे काम कर रहे हैं, सो देन लुक एट द प्लेसिंग. अभी मैं आपको बताती हूँ. सो नोट दैट सम टाइम एक्सप्रेशंस आर एडवर्ब्स ऑफ फ्रीक्वेंसी. व्हाट आर द एडवर्ब्स ऑफ फ्रीक्वेंसी? ऑलवेज, नेवर एंड यूजुअली. These are usually put before main verb. That means if I am using adverb of frequency, always, never, usually, इनको हमेशा आप मेन वर्ब के आगे रखते हैं. लेकिन कई बार आपका जो बीई फॉर्म, जिनको हम सीख तो ऑक्सिलरी रहे, पर समटाइम्स इट वर्क्स एज अ मेन वर्ब आल्सो. सो देयर आल्सो you will have to see these are usually put before the main verb, except main verb जब आपका is, are और ये जब होता है तब आपको जरूरी नहीं है कि आप उसके पहले लगाओ एडवर्ब्स को. अब यहाँ पे सब्जेक्ट है I often go swimming in the evenings. अब आप ये समझिए, सेंटेंस ये कह रहा है मैं स्विमिंग जाती हूँ. तो सवाल ये, आप किसी को ये और एक्सप्रेस करके कहना चाहते हैं कि हो सकता है यू वांट टू इम्प्रेस द अदर पर्सन एंड से दैट मैं तो बहुत बार जाती हूँ, आई गो लॉट ऑफ टाइम, मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम आई एम देयर, most of the time, often I go there. So this often word is working as the frequency, duration mera kaise hai. So here main verb is the action, main form is happening is the swimming part there, go swimming, and the adverb is placed just before the main verb. So look at the placing again. I put I, and if you remember what we have learned, we put verb just after the noun and the pronoun. So the moment I am going to put my verb, which is working as a main verb here, go swimming, उससे पहले मैंने adverb लगा दिया. I often go swimming. अब कहाँ जाते हो? The object is incomplete. I often go swimming, but if you want to add it, we are trying to say in the evenings. So that's an object. It could be place or it could be what are we actually looking forward. आगे देखते हैं क्या object कौन सा वाला है. He doesn't always plays tennis. He is working as a subject and we say doesn't. It's a negative part. Again, if you remember, do is taken as an auxiliary form. So we might say when we are using do as an auxiliary be form, we are using the adverb after the always. So यहाँ पे do is working as auxiliary because the main verb here is play. So in play के पहले आपने लगा दिया always. Now we are usually here in summers. So when we are talking here about are, be form में जब मैंने are का इस्तेमाल किया तो हमने जो हमारा adverb था वो बाद में लगाया, पहले नहीं लगाया. जैसे हम मेन वर्ब में यहाँ देख रहे हैं, गो स्विमिंग से पहले हमने ऑफन लगा दिया था, पर बीई फॉर्म का जो आर आया है उसके बाद में हमने हमारा एडवर्ब लगाया है, क्योंकि आर यहाँ पे मेन वर्ब की जैसे काम कर रहा है. सो वी आर यूजिंग इट आफ्टर, बट डू इज वर्किंग एज एन ऑक्सिलरी, सो वी हैव टू यूज इट बिफोर द मेन वर्ब. I hope you are getting the point here. So whenever you are using be form of the verb as a main verb, put your adverbs after your be form. Otherwise, it will always fall, the adverb will always find its position before the main verb. I have never been abroad. I as a subject, auxiliary is have, adverb is again never part there. And what is never here? Never is adverb of frequency. Been is the main verb and abroad is the object verb. Let's try now. Now it's your turn. Please go ahead and try. चलिए कोशिश करिए. Let us see how you perform. Okay. Sentence is going very slow. Yesterday it was said that I was going very fast, so I'm just taking my own time. But I'm happy to see Sarah, Mehak, Neelam, Dinesh, Alka, and Krishna giving us the right answer. Great there. I'm so happy. Sarah, can we start with you? Could you please? Now listen, I'm calling the pro learners to read. That means everything has to be read from the instruction line to the correct answer. Aa jaiye, please, Sarah. Sarah, can you hear me?
Yeah, ma'am.
Go ahead.
Decide where to place the time expressions. We went yesterday to the cinema. We yesterday went to the cinema. We went to the cinema yesterday. All three options are correct.
So which option you have taken, Sarah?
The third option, ma'am.
So we will, Sarah, read only the correct option, but we will read the instruction. It has to be this way. Decide where to place the time expressions. So then you will come, okay, we went to the cinema yesterday. So what are we talking here about? Yesterday time का जो है वो हमने last में यहाँ पे expression किया है. इसको क्या हम सारा ऐसे लिख सकते हैं? Yesterday, comma, we went to the cinema. Will this sentence be correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Great, Sarah. Chaliye, let's go to the next and try. Krishna, Sarah, Savan, Mehak, Diksha, Dinesh. Badhiya. Good. Neelam, Tyagi, the moment you are done, I can see the answer has popped up, so I can understand. Thank you, Jatin, for giving me that okay there. That means that section is very clear to all of you. Yes, Neelam, the answer is popping up. Please read the correct answer and the instruction. She's not there with me. Rajesh, could you please come forward and read the sentence for me?
Decide where to place the time expression. She goes to the cinema every Sunday. She goes every Sunday to the cinema. She every Sunday goes to cinema. All three options are correct. First one, she goes to the cinema every Sunday.
Okay. She goes to the cinema every Sunday. Here word every is coming after what?
Day.
Day. It's coming after or before?
Before.
Okay, fine. I just wanted to understand this. She goes every Sunday to the cinema. She goes to the cinema every Sunday. So we are taking the first one correct. And why the second one is supposedly to be wrong? The reason is time expressions, when we are talking about time expressions like every Sunday, are put either at the beginning or at the end of the sentence. इसलिए ये गलत है second number one. Because I can see most of them must have picked up the second one, so I thought to clear it. Aye. Let's try this. Dinesh, can you come forward, please? If you are connected with me on Pro.
Yes, ma'am.
Aye.
Ma'am, I need to read this, ma'am.
Yes, you need to read the question and then read the answer as well.
Okay, ma'am. Decide where to place the time expression. Ma'am, answer is second one. I am seldom at the cinema.
I am seldom at the cinema. Kabhi
Ma'am.
kabhi hi. Hanji.
Ma'am, what is the meaning of seldom, ma'am?
Seldom. Kabhi kabhi. Kabhi kabhi.
कभी-कभी.
Rarely.
Oh.
हाँ.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
है ना? जैसे आप कभी कभार हमारी क्लास अटेंड करते हैं.
No, ma'am. Last week I bought this membership and I started taking classes.
Dinesh,
And
it was-
I am in the office. That's why I am unable to take your classes, ma'am.
No issues there. I respect that completely. Aapka motivation is something which needs to be learned by everyone, but I was just pulling your leg, nothing more than that. Thank you for
Okay.
joining
Okay.
us. Thank you so
Thank
much. दिनेश, I just teach basic English. अगर आपको कुछ और ज्यादा सीखना हो तो हेलो इंग्लिश पे और टीचर्स हैं, उनकी भी क्लासेस जरूर ज्वाइन करिएगा, आप देखिएगा जरूर.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Now look at the placement. Adverb of manner का placement क्या होता है? Manner क्या होता है? What is MANNER? Manner basically किस तरह से, जल्दी जल्दी, धीरे धीरे, ध्यान ध्यान से, केयरफुली. ये जब हम किसी एक्शन को, किसी कार्य को हम उसके साथ में ऐड करते हैं ना, हम उसके साथ में एक एक्स्ट्रा इंफॉर्मेशन देते हैं ताकि सामने वाला उस बात को समझ सके, इसलिए हम इस तरह के वर्ड्स की जरूरत हमें पड़ जाती है. What do we do with manner? Manner is basically how the verb is actually getting the work completed. In the sense, is the work of the verb being done in a manner where it's doing it very carefully, very organized way, or use on time to time, or something which is talking about regularly, in which in what way, in what manner these things are getting completed. So all these things fall in the category of adverbs of manner. Adverb of manner इसलिए समझना भी थोड़ा जरूरी हो जाता है, because टाइम के बाद में इसके, मतलब adverb of time के बाद में इसका expression बहुत कम में आता है. We use them in a very very regular way. He drove the car. अब उसने गाड़ी चलाई, जरूरी तो नहीं है कि मैं carefully लगाऊं. It's not necessary. I can omit this. But if I have to inform somebody, if I have to comment on somebody's action, I might use it. Might be the person is his first time driving the car, or is just started driving the car. Might be that way. So we are just trying to tell the other person, वो ध्यान से गाड़ी चलाता है. Okay, that is the reason why we have to add on the words there. He drove carefully. अब यहाँ जरूरी नहीं है कि मैं गाड़ी लगाऊं, क्योंकि ट्रांसपोर्टेशन कुछ भी हो सकता है, पर वो चला रहा है, क्या चला रहा है, ये जरूरी नहीं मैं मेंशन करूं. बट इवन इफ आई राइट ड्रोव केयरफुली, द ऑब्जेक्ट इज टेकन अवे, बट माय वर्ब इज टेलिंग मी दैट द वर्क वाज डन क्वाइट वेल, इट वाज डन वेरी केयरफुली. सो दैट इज द एडवर्ब ऑफ मैनर का प्लेसमेंट. प्लेसमेंट आप समझ गए हैं. प्लेसमेंट, वेयर इज इट कमिंग? When we have the subject, after the subject, as I have told you time and again, put the verb. When the verb is placed, obviously the object has to be taken care. Subject का किसी चीज पे intention, object तो होगा ना जिस पे वो कार्य कर रहा है, जिससे related हम बात कर रहे हैं. तो direct object है यहाँ पे the car, and then you put the adverb after it. Adverb of manner after it. चलिए, गाड़ी चलाना, मुसरत मुसरत ड्रोव, ड्राइव, DRIVE फर्स्ट फॉर्म ऑफ द वर्ब है. सेकेंड फॉर्म ऑफ द वर्ब के अंदर ड्राइव, ड्रोव, DROVE पास्ट फॉर्म हो जाता है. चलाना, चलाया, ऐसे. ठीक है. राजेश सावंत, मंजू, दिनेश, कृष्णा, शिवा के कुमार. कैन आई हैव कृष्णा रेड्डी प्लीज?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ.
She sang wonderfully. Sorry.
Okay. Can you give me the logic why the second one is wrong? Carefully, Zara means ध्यान से. हाँ. Can you tell me, Krishna? Now here comes the understanding, Krishna, of grammatical placements. बहुत बार हम ये बहुत कॉमनली सुनते हैं और हमें लगता है कि यही सही होगा, लेकिन ग्रामेटिकल एक्सप्रेशन ये गलत हो जाता है. शी वंडरफुली sang. रीजन क्या है? द वर्ड वंडरफुली इज द मैनर ऑफ एडवर्ब, एंड एडवर्ब का जो मैनर हमने सीखा है वो हमेशा कब आएगा? हमारे जो प्लेसमेंट आता है उसका ऑब्जेक्ट के बाद में प्लेसमेंट आ रहा है. तो उसने क्या किया? मेन वर्ब के बाद में यू आर प्लेसिंग द एडवर्ब. यहाँ पे शी sang या सॉन्ग कुछ नहीं लिखा हुआ, मतलब ऑब्जेक्ट मेंशन नहीं है. अगर मेंशन्ड होता तो भी हम एडवर्ब बाद में लगाते, जैसे हमने यहाँ इस सेक्शन में करा. शी ड्रोव, यहाँ पे डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट मेंशन नहीं है, सो वी आर प्लेसिंग द एडवर्ब. If the direct object was placed, then we would have placed adverb. But I can't say he carefully drove. That is a grammatical error. That's why I called you Krishna for this. Let's go to
ma'am.
Okay, आइए. Paul, please get ready. I'm going to call you. Paul, are you there with me?
Yes, ma'am. He tra-
Treated.
he treated her respectfully.
Very good, Paul. He treated her respectfully. उसने उसके साथ सम्मान के साथ व्यवहार किया. This is for people in Hindi. I'm doing it. Now, the moment I shifted, respectfully he treated her. Now, you will say, ma'am, what is wrong in that? The sense is not coming proper. It's a complete error. Please understand, always understand this fact. कोई सी भी चीज, that's the reason sometimes I lose my cool when I'm teaching in the class, that whatever you are learning through YouTubes, there is one important thing that they also forget. But as a student, you should always remember, you understand grammar. Now you understand, okay, this is supposed to be ly word is supposed to be my adverb, and action would be verb, and all those sections you are getting to understand. Verb first position, this is the second position, this is the subject, that's the object. ये सब समझ लिया, but basic form को भूल जाते हो आप सब. Sentence का structure तभी complete होता है जब वो sense बनाता है. अगर वो कहीं उसका sense नहीं बना रहा है, तो चाहे आपने उसकी placing जैसा आपको टीचर्स ने सिखाया होगा वो कर दिया होगा, बट अगर वो सेंस नहीं बना रहा होगा ना, तो वो सेंटेंस में कहीं ना कहीं किसी ना किसी पोजीशन की गलती आ रही है. सेम सेंटेंस हियर, रिस्पेक्टफुली ही ट्रीटेड हर. दैट्स कंप्लीटली रॉन्ग. ही ट्रीटेड हर रिस्पेक्टफुली. सब्जेक्ट है ही, ऑब्जेक्ट है हर. ट्रीट करना है वर्ब और रिस्पेक्टफुली है एडवर्ब. So after the object, you are putting the manner in which the treatment was done for the female there, with the female there. Yes, Jatin, the answer was correct. We have Savan with us, right? Savan, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
I expect you to read, but give everybody opportunity to try this, and then you can speak. Yes, come up, Savan, read it. Savan?
They snacked out of the house quickly.
अच्छा, अब यहाँ पे बोलो, शब्द है sneaked out. Sneaked out.
They sneaked out
of the house. जब आपके घर में सब जने सो रहे हो सावन, और आप अपनी गर्लफ्रेंड से मिलने के लिए चुपचाप बिना आवाज करे घर से पार हो जाते हैं, उसको कहते हैं स्नीक करना. SNEAK. लेकिन अगर हमारे प्रोनाउंसिएशन में स्नैक वर्ड आ गया, SNACK, वो होता है खाना. प्रोनाउंसिएशन डिफर कर जाएगा, राइट? So this is, they sneaked out of the house quietly. वो चुपचाप से घर के बाहर निकल गए. ओके, छुप के निकल गए बेसिकली. So Savan, Dinesh, thank you Savan. Savan, Dinesh, Manju, Himanshu, Nilima and Avnish have given the right answer. Let's understand the placement of adverb of place at jagah. कौन सी जगह? So again see the placement, again comes the same. The subject, again we have the verb following. Again we have the direct object, and then we have got the adverb. देखो पता है इसका लॉजिक समझो. ग्रामर के सेक्शन का लॉजिक समझोगे तो इजी होगा आपको. आप जब भी किसी से बात करोगे ना, whenever you are trying to talk to somebody, you are going to talk to the person where you will do a placing of understanding to him. सामने वाले को चीज को समझाना पड़ेगा, राइट? आपको कैसे समझाना पड़ेगा? मैं कल बाजार गई थी. पहले ये बताओगे ना तुम, जल्दी मैं बाजार गई थी, तो वो पूछेगा क्यों गई थी तुम जल्दी बाजार. फिर उसके साथ में तुम एक और लॉजिक बताओगे, पर उसको मालूम कैसे पड़ा इस बारे में कि भाई तुमने जल्दी क्यों करी? क्योंकि तुमने एम्फसिस जल्दी कर दिया. सो ये जो जल्दी का मैनर जो तुमने इस्तेमाल में लिया एडवर्ब का, इसकी पोजिशनिंग में शिफ्ट कर सकती हूँ. बट अगर मैं और जो एडवर्ब्स अभी पढ़ रही हूँ उनमें से अगर किसी को शिफ्ट कर देती हूँ तो मेरी जो बात है वो खराब हो जाती है. जैसे जगह की है, अगर मैं कहती हूँ हियर आई डिडंट सी हिम, एम्फसाइज जो हम चीज पे जोर देना चाह रहे हैं वो डिस्ट्रैक्ट हो जाएगा. आप कहना क्या चाहते हो? मैंने उसको नहीं देखा. यहाँ पर पहले ये तो बताओगे ना कि मैंने नहीं देखा. जगह को बता के क्या निकालोगे? तो मतलब तुम अगर जगह को बताना भी चाह रहे हो, उसकी तरफ तुम इशारा ज्यादा नहीं कर सके. So understand the placing of adverb of place. It also comes after the direct object. So here, even if the direct object is missing, it will come after the verb. So introduce the verb and then place your adverb. This is something which has to be very, very clearly understood only at the place when we are talking here about, one second, when we are talking about the position of time. When we talk about time where you have these words recently, now, then, yesterday, today, all these things can be used in the starting of the sentence. Rest, you are always using after the verb. You can have object. अगर object है बीच में तो फिर उसके बाद में आप adverb लगाएंगे. अगर object नहीं है तो आप verb के बाद लगाएंगे. That is the position of the adverbs. I hope it is clear. Now, when we are talking here about adverb of place, one second, let me go to the slide. Adverb of place. I didn't see him here. I can say he stayed behind. So here the direct object is not required. I didn't see him. कहाँ पर? यहाँ. फिर आप कह रहे हैं सब्जेक्ट को साथ में, वह रुका पीछे. वह रुका पीछे. हिंदी में शिफ्ट करते से ही सेंटेंस आपको क्लियर नहीं सुनाई दिया ना? वह पीछे रुका. हम ऐसे बोलते तो शायद बेहतर सुनाई देता, बट इंग्लिश में हम उसको ट्रांसलेट जब इंग्लिश में कहना चाहते हैं तो उसकी पोजीशनिंग चेंज हो गई. ही स्टेड बिहाइंड. सो आई होप it is understandable. Let's try. These are jumbled words. Okay, Dinesh, it's perfectly fine. Please do join. Okay, come. I try करें. Easy है. देखिए ये jumbled words. आप जब कुछ हिंदी में कहना चाहते हैं तो गूगल से सारे वर्ड्स को इकट्ठा कर लीजिएगा. वहां जाके उससे पूछिए इसको अंग्रेजी में क्या कहते हैं. फिर प्लेसिंग करके रखिएगा और ऐसे ही अरेंज कर पाएंगे आप जम्बल्ड वर्ड्स को. वेरी गुड राजेश. हैप्पी टू सी योर नेम पॉपिंग अप देयर. मंजू अमर, आपने कुछ करा? डिड यू ट्राई एंड डू समथिंग?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, गिव मी द आंसर देयर.
We were looking for you everywhere.
We were looking for you everywhere.
Yes, ma'am.
ओके, सो वी वर लुकिंग, आपकी प्लेस के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से आपने एवरीवेयर का इस्तेमाल करा है. हम आपको सब जगह ढूंढ रहे थे.
Yes, ma'am.
ओके, थैंक यू.
Thank you, ma'am.
Savan and Diksha. Yes, Jatin, we were looking for you everywhere. Correct answer. Okay. Savan, Diksha, Manju, Shiv Kumar, Neelam, and Ambika. Neelam Tyagi, please come. नीलम त्यागी आप मेरे साथ नहीं है. चलिए राजेश आ जाइए. आवाज तो ऐसी लग रही है. राजेश, प्लीज कम फॉरवर्ड एंड हेल्प मी टू रीड दिस.
Arrange the jumbled word. We couldn't find you anywhere.
Yes, Rajesh.
We couldn't find you anywhere.
But I couldn't see your name. Why you didn't try this or what?
No, I tried. It's
Okay.
correct. Actually, in the place of find, I put found. After it's correct.
Okay, fine. Okay. Simple way, I think can part we are taking as an auxiliary and then we have the negative section of not and then find there. Chali, doesn't matter. We'll continue to try. Aye. Lot of exercises are there for this. Aram se try kariye aap log. Take your time. Very good, Rajesh. अब अच्छा लगा. Rajesh, could you please read it?
Is there a post office nearby?
Is there a post office nearby? हो गया ना? तो पहले आप सामने वाले से ये तो बताओगे कि तुम किसके बारे में पूछ रहे हो, और फिर उसको पूछोगे कि हाँ आसपास. So place is coming in the last. Adverbs of time are usually put at the end of the sentence. Adverb of time. अभी अभी हमने सबसे पहले time की ही बात करी थी. I will not go to work tomorrow. If you don't want to put emphasis on the time, you can also put the adverb of time at the beginning of the sentence. यही मैंने आपसे कहा कि आपको किस जो आप कहना चाहते हो ना, फर्स्ट स्टेज से चीजों को समझो. You are trying to learn a language so that you are able to express it. सेंस बनाता है ना, बट मेरा एक्सप्रेशन उस समय कैसा है वो डिफर कर सकता है. अभी मेरा मूड प्यार से बात करने का है, हो सकता है कल मेरा मूड गुस्से का हो गया, चेंज हो गया ना थॉट प्रोसेस. एक सिंपल सेंटेंस बन जाएगा, एक का फॉर्म जो है वो इंपेरेटिव सेक्शन में आएगा, एक्सक्लेमेटरी सेक्शन में आएगा. इनके प्लेसिंग्स, अंडरस्टैंडिंग सब तरह से सही होंगे जब द सेंटेंस के स्ट्रक्चर को जब हम फ्रेम करेंगे वो समझ में आना चाहिए, वो पूरा सेंस बनाना चाहिए. फर्स्ट पार्ट है ये किसी भी चीज को समझने का, एंड देन पुट योर ग्रामर एंड ऑल द थिंग दैट वी आर ट्राइंग टू टीच यू अंडरस्टैंड. सो व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट एडवर्ब्स, और उन एडवर्ब्स में भी जब हम एडवर्ब ऑफ टाइम की बात करते हैं, वक्त की बात करते हैं, इसको आप आगे या पीछे कहीं भी इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं. लेकिन if you use it in the starting, that means you are not trying to emphasize on this particular thing. आप जोर नहीं देना चाह रहे उस चीज के अंदर, बट जैसे ही आप उस शब्द को लास्ट में, the moment you use it in the end, automatically there is an emphasis of the time period there. This work has to be done by tomorrow, the boss said. Tomorrow get this work done. टोन चेंज हो गई देखो. तो आप याद रखना, एडवर्ब ऑफ टाइम को हम इस्तेमाल आगे पीछे कर सकते हैं, बट हम कहना क्या चाहते हैं, उस पर जोर किस चीज पे दे रहे हैं, इसका ख्याल रखिएगा. चलिए. Okay, so we have Krishna, Savan, Manju, Ambika, Himanshu, and Vijay. Krishna Reddy, please come.
We met him at the pub afterwards.
Okay. Rajesh, why did you use afterwards in between?
No, I suddenly chosen second option.
Suddenly कैसे हो सकता है? इसमें suddenly का तो ऑप्शन ही नहीं है ना, टाइम की बात हो रही है. वक्त बता रहे हो ना कि तुमने उसको कब मिले, बाद में मिले ना.
Yeah.
बाद में मिले ना, तो उसको बीच में तो आ ही नहीं सकता है. That's what we are trying to understand, the placing of time there. We can also use afterwards we met him at the pub, and we can also use in the last, but हम emphasize करना चाह रहे हैं इसलिए उसको last में रखा है. थोड़ा सा कोशिश करो राजेश, you can do it. Okay. Peter doesn't usually get up before 7. Now you have to pick the correct option here. Peter doesn't usually get up before 7. Peter doesn't get up usually before 7. So normally I have seen people using the second part, so I have picked up this sentence. I thought of giving the answer to this, reading it out. The reason here is, ये जो adverb of frequency होती है ना, जिसमें हमने वर्ड लिया है यूजुअली, ये जो एडवर्ब ऑफ फ्रीक्वेंसी का जो प्लेसिंग होगी वो हमेशा सब्जेक्ट के तो बाद में आएगी और वर्ब से पहले आएगी. फ्रीक्वेंसी का प्लेसमेंट याद रखिएगा, वो सब्जेक्ट के बाद में आती है और वर्ब के पहले आती है. हियर द सब्जेक्ट इज पीटर एंड डजंट गेट अप इज द वर्ब. सो यूजुअली वर्ड हमने वहां पे फिट इन किया है. ओके. doesn't get up usually. I hope समझ में आई हो मेरी बात. Oof. Diksha Srivastav, would you please come forward? Yes, read the sentence, please.
We go often to the cinema. We often go to the cinema. So right one is second one.
Okay, very good. And very clearly read there. Great. So here we see the placing of often getting shifted. So जब हम frequency की यहाँ पे बात कर रहे हैं, we often go to the cinema and we are talking about going. So here what is happening? We are using it before in the second part, which is supposed to be right, that goes with the placing. After the subject, before the verb. चलिए. Okay. Mary hardly ever watches TV. Hardly. सावन, मंजू, अंबिका, हिमांशु, सतीश, ये वर्ड्स भी देखिए अपने पास में ना लिखिए ताकि आपको आदत होए कि हमें एक्सप्रेशन कैसे करना है इन चीजों का. थोड़ा सा ना हेल्पफुल रहता है. Otherwise you will be looking for words. Okay, how am I supposed to say this and how am I supposed to say that? That actually you really need help for that. Please words को भी संभाल लीजिए आप लोग अपने पास में. Okay. Rajesh, can you just come once more, please?
That's the correct. He is making breakfast at the moment. He is making at the moment breakfast.
Okay, we'll just read the correct answer there. आ जाइए. मुझे नहीं पता चलता. क्या नहीं पता चलता तुम्हें? हिमांशु कुमार. Okay, Diksha Srivastav, I'm calling you once more. Is it okay?
Yes.
आ जाइए Diksha. आ जाइए please.
The boys ride their bikes every Tuesday. And second option, the boys every Tuesday ride their bikes.
So which is the correct option?
First one.
And why is the second option wrong?
Because they put the time expression between the sentence.
Between the sentence.
I mean, in the middle.
At the end of the sentence. Expression of adverb of time is going to be placed in the end. Time उसमें Tuesday लिखा है ना?
Yeah, the right one.
हाँ, right one is Tuesday. So हमारा middle में लिखने का गलती क्यों हुई है? क्योंकि adverb of time last में लिखा जाता है. Some other adverbs, thank you so much. Some other adverbs that tell us how often, if how often frequency में आता है, ये how often express the exact number of times an action happens or happen. कितनी बार, किस तरह से, monthly, weekly, week, 7 times, ये क्या है, कितनी बार, how often. हम इसको how often पे ही छोड़ देते हैं, frequency पे भी नहीं लाते, थोड़ा आसान रहता है याद रखना. So when we are talking about an action, how often it happens. So ये हर बार, इनकी तो हर रोज की आदत है, ये हर महीने चले आते हैं, मंथली ही की मंथली हम इनको पेमेंट करते हैं. This particular package has to be delivered weekly. All this is supposed to be my expression of how often I do it. So these adverbs are usually placed. अब ये भी again, इस एडवर्ब को भी हम ज्यादातर, यहाँ मैंने यूजुअली वर्ड आप देखेंगे, ज्यादातर इसको हम लास्ट में प्लेस करते हैं. फिर से वही बात आती है कि आपकी एक्सप्रेशन की जरूरत क्या है. क्या आप ऑफन जो आप जिस चीज को आप एक्सप्रेस करना चाहते हैं उस पर जोर देना चाहते हैं, आदमी का ध्यान लेना चाहते हैं. इफ यू रियली वांट द लिसनर टू गेट एन एक्सप्रेशन और अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ द पर्टिकुलर थिंग रिलेटेड टू हाउ ऑफ्टन, देन यू आर गोइंग टू प्लेस इट इन द लास्ट. Usually इसकी placing हम last में करते हैं how often की. This magazine is published monthly. He visits his mother once a week. I work 5 days a week and I saw the movie 7 times. इन सब में आप एक चीज देखेंगे कि निर्धारित समय पे काम हो रहा है, एक पर्टिकुलर टाइम जोन पे काम चल रहा है. मतलब आपका काम जो है वो एक्शन जो है वो एक एग्जैक्ट नंबर पे हो रहा है. 1 महीने में हो रहा है, 1 हफ्ते में हो रहा है, 7 दिन में हो रहा है. So that is exactly tells us about how often this is done. If you need to use more than one adverb of time in a sentence, use them in this order. अब आपके लिए डिफिकल्टी लेवल थोड़ा सा बढ़ जाता है. कई बार क्या होता है, वर्ब को एक्सप्रेस करने के लिए ज्यादा शब्दों की जरूरत पड़ जाती है. अब इन जैसे हमने एडजेक्टिव्स में प्लेसमेंट सीखा था, इफ यू रिमेंबर, एनी वन ऑफ यू रिमेंबर दैट दिस इज द वे, दिस इज अ वर्ड ऑर्डर फॉर एडजेक्टिव्स और एक्सप्रेसिंग अबाउट द नाउन, दिस इज द ऑर्डर दैट यू नीड टू फॉलो. और उसका कारण क्या होता है, आदमी की नजर पहले जाएगी, पहले आप उसको देखोगे, फिर उसके कपड़ों को देखोगे, फिर सुनोगे आप किसी चीज को, उसको देखते हुए आती है. यहाँ पर भी हम एडवर्ब ऑफ टाइम की जहां तक बात करते हैं, एक प्लेसमेंट ऑफ टाइम ड्यूरेशन हमें फॉलो करना पड़ता है. कितना लंबा, हाउ ऑफ्टन और कब. तो आपका ऑर्डर क्या होगा, हाउ लॉन्ग. आई वर्क, मैं काम करता हूं फॉर 5 hours. कितने घंटे के लिए काम करते हो, 4 घंटे के लिए काम करते हो. कितनी बार काम करते हो, रोज काम करते हो. अब यहाँ पे मैंने बोला आई वॉज अब्रॉड 2 महीने के लिए, पिछले साल. कब थे, सो दिस ऑर्डर हैज टू बी फॉलोड. आई कांट से आई वॉज अब्रॉड लास्ट ईयर फॉर 2 months. वो प्लेसिंग गड़बड़ हो जाएगी. सुनने में बड़ा कॉमन सा करेक्ट लगता है आपको, बट इसकी प्लेसिंग यही होनी चाहिए एडवर्ब ऑफ टाइम की. फर्स्ट यू टॉक अबाउट हाउ लॉन्ग, देन यू टॉक अबाउट हाउ ऑफ्टन, एंड देन यू टॉक अबाउट व्हेन. सो वर्ब एक ही है, उसके साथ में 3 शब्द जुड़ सकते हैं. आ जाइए, शब्द, फ्रेज, दोनों 3 चीजें डालना चाहूंगी मैं. आरती, अनीता, मोहन, शेख, सिंहदीप, दीप, Open. Savan, could you please read the sentence? Come here.
I go to work daily.
I go to work daily. Great. So मैं जाता हूँ कहाँ पर, वर्क, काम करने के लिए. ड्यूरेशन क्या है, डेली. अब यहाँ पे टू वर्क क्या है, I go to work कितनी बार, रोज जाता हूँ, डेली. तो आपने ऑफ्टन वर्ड को इस्तेमाल में लिया है. कितनी बार मतलब हाउ ऑफ्टन डू यू डू इट. The magazine was published weekly last year. The magazine was published last year weekly. So what is the placement? Which is the placement correct here, first or second? Savan and Rajesh have given us the right answer. Here the placement is the first one which goes correct. The magazine was published weekly last year. Last year वो हर हफ्ते publish होती थी. एक ये तरीका होता है ना हमारा.
First one is right answer, ma'am.
Yes, the first one is right answer, but the second one is wrong. Why? क्योंकि if you need to use more than one adverb of time in a sentence, आपको उसको ऑर्डर के साथ ही ले जाना पड़ेगा. उसका ऑप्शन नहीं होता है कितनी बार, how long, how often and when. Here यहाँ पे हम देख रहे हैं how often refers to weekly और when आपको रेफर करता है लास्ट ईयर के साथ, इसलिए फर्स्ट वाला ऑप्शन करेक्ट है. Let's go to the next. Diksha, please come forward. I can see the answer has been correct from your end. Gopal, Shrishti, Savan, and Paul and Rajesh.
She worked in a hospital every week last year for 2 days. Second option, she worked in a hospital for 2 days every week last year. Right
Very
option
good
is second one.
example of, very good. Very good. थोड़ा tricky था, but फिर भी आप सबने correct किया. Savan, Paul, Rajesh, Diksha. Very good. I'm very impressed. देखो यहाँ समझ की बात करो आप किसी को जब कहते हो ना कि वो अस्पताल में काम कर रही थी, कितने दिन काम किया, पहले सवाल ये आएगा. 2 दिन के लिए किया. कितनी बार जाती थी, हर हफ्ते जाती थी, कब की बात है ये, लास्ट ईयर की बात है. आप खुद देखेंगे when you are trying to explain something or when you are trying to express it, connect the dots there. Automatically it will place as per the requirement of our learning there. And what is the requirement that we have to follow here? We have to follow कितने वक्त के लिए, how often, कितनी बार और कब. ये ऑटोमेटिकली प्लेस हो जाएगा. सो ऑर्डर अपने आप आपको याद हो जाएगा अगर आप इसकी हैबिट बना लेंगे ना, देन इट विल नॉट बी डिफिकल्ट. दिस इज द लास्ट स्लाइड. राजेश इनकरेक्ट हो गया. मंजू अमर, आप आएंगे एक बार आगे.
Yes, ma'am.
कम.
Ma'am, second one is the right answer. You must always fasten your seat belt.
Okay, thank you. You must always fasten your seat belts. कारण क्यों है इस सेंटेंस के अंदर एक ही वर्ब है. So place the adverb of frequency you have to in the middle of the sentence so that it is positioned after the subject. उसकी जो
Yes, ma'am.
positioning है वो after the subject आ गई, but वो verb से पहले आ जाती है. आइए देखते हैं what is the score that we have got. We have got Jatin. Very good, Jatin. I could see your answers popping up. Very good, Jatin. You should be impressed with your own self. 131 coins. Shabash. 7. Wow. ये secretly काम कर रहे थे. और देखिए on the second position 92 coins. Virus 87 coins on the third position. Manju, wow, she's on the fourth position, 86 coins. Very good, Rajesh with 85 coins. I am available for classes on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 1 to 2. If you want to join on Pro, you have to type VEENA. I'm sharing the link right away with you people. It's a Pro invite. Take this invite and join me. Don't forget, I teach basic English. If you want to learn, I don't know what kind of English is left, but still, if you have to learn something out, which I am unable to teach, there are a lot of teachers. आप please जाइए उनके साथ सीखिए. दूसरी चीज, क्लासेस रिपीट होती हैं. ये चैप्टर रिपीट्स होते हैं क्योंकि हम एक बार में शायद समझ नहीं पाते, इसलिए हम इसको रिपीट करते हैं. टीचर्स शिफ्ट हो जाती हैं. There are other teachers teaching it. So join their sessions and learn it. Yes, Manju.
Ma'am, I have a question. Which adverbial phrase, time, place, and which, in order I want to write on the notebook, which is order ways. Please tell us.
Manju, when I was showing the slides to you, na, you
Yeah,
should
ma'am.
have written it that
Okay,
particular
okay.
time. है
No
ना?
issue. I will.
I'll do
see.
something. Listen to me, Manju. Join some other teacher's class because same slides will be shown. And that time in the notes you should write down. Subject यहाँ आ रहा है, फिर यहाँ verb आ रहा है. तो यहाँ बीच में adverb of time आएगा. फिर दूसरे में लिखो adverb of frequency कहाँ आएगा. तीसरे में लिखो adverb of manner कहाँ पे आ रहा है. चौथे में लिखो how often it is coming. तो आपके पास 4 sentences आ जाएंगे और
Yes.
clarity आ जाएगी उसकी positioning कैसे होगी.
Okay, ma'am.
अभी मैं बता नहीं पाऊंगी. Okay, because
Okay, I think it's fine. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the session. I hope you all can hear me. We'll just wait for a couple of minutes, allow others to join, and then start the topic. If you all have any questions, you all can definitely share. If not, we'll see what we probably do, some exercise or just have a general conversation. Okay, just wait for a couple of minutes. Again, so a quick recap of what we did. The topic, that is interview, it was divided into different parts basically, right? So what we spoke about was the introduction. Okay, introduction. Then there are the types of questions that are asked during an interview. Okay, work experience, education background, why do you want to change the job, your strengths, weaknesses, right? Salary expectation, that actually is the topic right now. Okay, so that's why it's a very short topic. Now, this is a very subjective kind of a matter, so there cannot be a discussion on this because it's subjective. It depends, some companies, with some companies you will probably have to negotiate. Some companies will already give you an offer which you're pretty satisfied with based on your job experience. So that, again, as I mentioned, it's a subjective matter. There's nothing much to discuss here in this case, right? Okay, let's quickly get done with the topic. Then if we have time, we can have a general discussion. Okay, all right. So guys, I see some names on the chat. Please join. I'll wait for another minute. Okay, let's start. Yeah, Soumya, go ahead, read the first slide.
What are your salary expectations?
That's fine. Go ahead, read the next slide.
Expectation, ummeed, apeksha.
That's correct. Just give me a minute. I'm sending the invite again. See some names here, probably trying to join. Just check your connection. Try again, because I don't see your names in the list of participants here who are trying to join. So just click on the link. I'll be happy to add you. Yeah. See some names there. Okay, yeah. So salary expectations. Yeah, go ahead. Read the next slide.
I expect. मैं उम्मीद करता हूँ.
See, this again is a very tricky question unless you are absolutely sure about what what you're looking for. There are several ways in which you can put this across, where. But sometimes I understand it's a little tricky where you are actually in desperate need of a job, and because you need that particular job for whatever reason, not just monetary, but even because the company is reputed and you want to get that job no matter what, and you are okay with a bit of a compromise on the salary. So that's why this is always a tricky question. But you can either be straightforward in terms of the percentage hike that you're looking for, or you can or you can tell them that, based on my work experience and based on your based on your qualifications, what is it that the company is willing to offer, and then you can probably negotiate. Okay, so yeah, it you need to find much, you need to be sure about what your skill set is, and what is your expectations need to be a little realistic as well when it comes to salary negotiations, right? So depending on what, whether it's a new company, a startup, or whether it's an established company, what the number of years experience you've had, whether this is a role that is different from what you did earlier. So yeah, all those factors are taken into consideration. A lot of times when, there's an email, communication is via email, you can take your time and you can just think about it. But if someone asks you at that point of time, can be a little tricky. But if you are, if you are forced to, let's say if you tell the interviewer that based on my experience, work experience, what is it that the company is willing to offer? But let's say, just for the sake of discussion, let's say if the interview forces you, okay, to give you a number, how do you tackle that question? Let's say if the interviewer forces you to give a particular number, what is the best way to tackle that? Anyone? I'm still adding some of our learners. I see the names waiting. So anyone can answer. When you are forced to give a particular number on a salary, what is the best way to negotiate? Or what is the best way to reply?
Sir,
Yeah.
can we say that I have work experience of 5 years, and I have given many best projects in these times, so I expect a better salary than the previous ones.
Yeah, so you can put it across in this way, that based on my work experience and my skill set, okay, based on my work experience and my skill set, I'm expecting at least a substantial hike. I'm expecting at least a substantial hike on my current package. You can say that. Okay. The other way to put it across is when you are specifically asked to give a number. Okay. ये होता है कई बार in an interview, 30,000, 40, 50, 60, whatever the number may be. The overall, I was talking about monthly, largely the package is discussed annually. So, 5, 6, 7, whatever lakhs the package may be, depending on your previous role, of course. Sometimes you're forced to give a number. So in that case, the best practice is whenever you go for an interview, you need to ensure that you have done a research on what is the kind of package that is available for that particular role that you're applying for in the market generally. Okay. So now that you are aware, okay, let's say if just to take a number, let's say 6 lakhs, okay, 6 lakhs to 8 lakhs is the package that is offered at an executive level, which is what you are applied for. You can just say that, I'm expecting something in the range of, you can try and be a little higher because the companies generally negotiate. Okay, so there's no harm in being a little higher, not very high, but depending on what the range is, that is the trend in the market, you can quote towards the upper limit. Okay. Then if the company is fine with it, they'll not negotiate. If not, then they'll probably come back to you and say that, that is not exactly, this is the best that we are willing to offer. So that's fine. As I mentioned, it's a subjective matter, but there are certain standard practices that we can follow in order to ensure that there's no awkwardness in an interview, right? So yeah, one thing, based on my work experience and my past qualifications, I expect at least a substantial hike on my current package or my current remuneration. And if you're forced to quote a number, you can simply say that you can simply keep in mind the package that is, available in the market. That's the standard average. और उसका higher जो है वो आप quote कर सकते हो. Okay. See, there's no harm in being honest with the interviewer, right? At the end of the day, if money is the factor that has driven you to apply for that particular job, you can be honest about it. There's nothing wrong in that. So, yeah, it's just that you need to be confident about whatever you're saying. Shouldn't be unsure, whether it is in questions of strength, weakness, whether it's about your achievements, about your contributions to the previous organizations, whether it's about the salary expectations. You need to be confident. That's it. The most important thing is you're confident, you know what you're looking for. That is one thing that the recruiters always look for. Whether the person is confident to, is confident in sharing his or her experience, salary expectations, etc. Everything. Okay. So that is very important. Just be clear, be calm, and be positive about, your be positive during the conversation that you have with the interviewer. Okay, that's very important. All right, let's continue. Just give me a minute. Yeah, the other thing when it comes to salary is always important to be a little flexible. You have to understand the market trend. What is the situation? Maybe your expectation is much too higher, but possibly, that particular industry is going through tough times. So that again, as I mentioned, subjective, depends on how badly do you need the job. Sometimes we need the job so badly that we are willing to, be flexible, and we are willing to negotiate and kind of, give up on that. We are ready to accept a slightly lower pay package, which is possible, right? So you have to be flexible in terms of that, depending on what your requirement and needs are. Okay. All right, Dipali, go ahead, read the next slide. Dipali, I'm not able to hear you. There's some sound in the background.
I am X 5,000 rupees. 1 minute, sir. I acceptation.
I am
Acceptation.
I expect. I
am accept rupees.
हिंदी में क्या लिखा है? हिंदी में क्या लिखा है?
मैं 25,000 की उम्मीद करता हूँ.
तो उसको क्या कहेंगे आप? एक्सपेक्टेशन कहेंगे या एक्सपेक्ट? I expect rupees 25,000. Simple.
Yes, sir. I am accept 20.
It is wrong. That's what I'm trying to correct you. आप फिर से वही पढ़ रहे हो. It's not I am expect. You cannot say I am expect. You can say I expect rupees 25,000.
Okay. I accept rupees 25,000.
पहले तो वो वर्ड को सही तरीके से प्रोनाउंस कीजिए आप. एक्सेप्ट है या एक्सपेक्ट है?
Expect.
तो फिर आप एक्सेप्ट क्यों पढ़ रहे हो? Read it again.
I expect rupees 25,000.
Correct. Go ahead. Read the next one.
I expect 10,000 rupees per month.
Yeah, I expect 10,000 rupees per month. Yeah. Generally, when we talk about the salaries, the negotiation is always on an annual basis. Very rarely you'll, find someone discussing monthly. Depends. Yeah, depends on the industry as well. But if it's sometimes recruiters may ask you the monthly salary. That's fine. Depends, but largely it's always the overall annual package that is negotiated during an interview. Okay. Just give me a minute, guys. Okay. All right. Manju, go ahead. Read the next slide.
Yes, sir. My current salary. मेरा वर्तमान वेतन.
Just read the English part. That's it.
Okay. My current salary. Hello.
Just a minute. I was on a different page. Go ahead. Read it now.
मेरा वर्तमान वेतन 5,000 rupees प्रति माह.
Prati ma hai. Yeah, that's a mahine basically. Yeah, go ahead. Read it in English.
My current salary is rupees
Rupees
5,000 per month.
per month. Correct. Go ahead. Read the next slide.
मेरा वर्तमान वेतन 8,000 रुपये है और मैं 10,000 रुपये की उम्मीद करता हूँ. My current salary are rupees 8,000 and I expect rupees 10,000. First one, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Sir, R नहीं लगेगा. My current salary is rupees.
Is
आएगा, ma'am. Second one.
Yes, second one is not R. Correct.
But sir, it is wrong.
one.
Third one.
So it will be is. My current salary is rupees 8,000 and I expect rupees 10,000. That's correct.
Yes, sir. Not second.
Second one mein likha hai, I am expect. So that's why it's incorrect. I didn't see the last part. So yeah, the third one is correct.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Welcome. Anjali, go ahead. Read the next slide.
मेरा वर्तमान वेतन 8,000 रुपये है और मैं 20% बढ़ोतरी की उम्मीद करता हूँ.
Okay, that's fine. Just give me a minute.
My current salary is rupees 8,000 and I expect a hike of 20%. Fourth one, sir.
Yeah, that's fine. Just give me a minute. I was just checking something.
Okay.
Yeah, salary is, and I expect, expect a hike of, this, this is always, so when you talk about my current salary is, let's say we talk about the annual package, let's say 5 or 6 lakhs per annum. So is the annual package and I expect a hike of 20%. This is the most professional way of, discussing a salary hike, where you discuss the annual package and then you tell the interviewer or the recruiter that you at least expect a hike of 20, 25, 30, whatever your expectations are. You expect that kind of a hike. So the percentage hike is always better to discuss on the annual part. Okay. Go ahead, read the next slide.
My current salary is rupees 16,000 and I expect of 20%. I expect hike of 20%.
Yeah, second one, correct. Bharatri is translated as hike, correct. Thank you. We'll be done with the topic soon, and I have a screen to. I have a topic that we'll discuss today. Okay, since we have some time, all right. So just give me a minute. Let's quickly complete this. Yeah, the other Dipali, go ahead, complete the topic.
अप्रेजल मूल्यांकन प्रदर्शन के आधार पर वेतन में वृद्धि का निर्णय.
Appraisal is held in the current organization as well, right? So we go through the quarterly, yearly, 6-month appraisal, yearly appraisals, which is basically increase in probably the position, seniority, or the salary as well. So appraisal is held even in your current organization. Go ahead.
I received. Sorry, sir, mine went wrong, but it is second one. I received a hike of 20% in the last appraisal.
Received a hike of
20%.
20%. Yes, correct. Just give me a minute. Good. Read the next one. The same thing,
I
actually.
received a hike of 10% in the last appraisal.
Yeah, very good. Well done. So today we're going to do a reading exercise, which is from a particular story. Okay. What I want you all to do is, whenever I will obviously ask you all to read individually 1 or 2 pages. What I want you all to do is, in that particular story, okay, whatever words that you've come across for the first time, just make a note of the vocabulary. Okay. And in your free time, try and find a meaning of the word. Okay. We'll not have time to discuss the words right now. So in your free time, find them before we end. Just tell me what are the words, and in your free time, just find the meaning of the words and try and make some sentences using the words. Okay. I'm going to share my screen. Just let me know if you're able to see it or no. Okay. So there are some interesting short stories by Lewis Carroll, the famous writer who wrote many books, including Alice in Wonderland. So I'm going to share my screen and then we'll discuss. Okay. All right, just a minute. Let me know if you are able to see the screen. Okay. Can you see the topic, guys? Can you see the screen? Everyone?
No, sir.
Now?
No, sir. Blank.
No, sir, blank.
Okay, it must be loading on your system. Now?
No,
No.
sir.
It's already shared screen. Now?
Yes, sir.
Now I can see, sir.
Okay, good. Is everyone able to see it?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes? Okay, very good. Okay. Yes, so this is some of, Alice in Wonderland. I'm sure we all know, is a very popular novel, popular book, basically. Poetry, prose, narration, everything included in that. So largely different adventures of Alice. Now this is a PDF file, of course, and we have some stories that we can probably read. What I want you all to do is make a note of the words that you've come across for the first time. Okay. So these, I'm going to ask you all to read individually. Okay. So this is just the introduction here, written by Lewis Carroll, the famous writer. Okay. All in the golden afternoon, full leisurely we glide, for both our oars with little skill, by little arms are plied, with little hands make vain pretense our wanderings to guide. Some poetry there. We'll start with this is just a poetry about Alice because she roams around different places. That's why. Thus grew in the tale of Wonderland. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So these are some of the stories that we have here. We'll start with the first one, Down the Rabbit Hole. Okay. Let me see who's the first name I see here. Okay. Tarup, go ahead, read the first one, Down the Rabbit Hole, from chapter 1. And I'll ask you to stop whenever. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Chapter 1, Down the Rabbit Hole.
Others,
Alice.
just a minute. Others, make a note of the words that you find it difficult, okay, or that you've come across, the words that you've come across for the first time, the vocabulary, and then we can discuss if time permits, or else you can do it in your free time. So what I expect you all to do is read it properly, read it like a story, okay? I want you to focus on the diction. I want you to focus on your pronunciation. Go slow, respect the pauses, okay? Respect the pauses wherever there's a comma, full stop, colon, semicolon. Respect the pauses, read it accordingly, and ensure that you read in a expressive manner so that others are keenly listening to you. Okay, so that the focus is more on your spoken word rather than the written word here. Okay, go ahead.
Down the rabbit hole. Alice was beginning to get very tired of sitting by her sister on the bank, and of having nothing to do. Once or twice she had peeped into the book her sister was reading, but it had no pictures or conversation in it. And what is the use of a book, thought Alice, without pictures or
Conversations.
conversations. So she was considering in her own mind, as well as she could, for the hot day made her feel very sleepy and stupid. Whether the pleasure whether the pleasure whether the pleasure of making a daisy chain sir,
Yeah.
daisy chain would be worth of the trouble of getting up and picking the disease, when suddenly a white rabbit with pink eyes ran close by her. There was nothing so very remarkable in that, nor did Alice think it so very much out of the way to hear the rabbit say to itself, oh dear, I shall be too late. When she thought it over afterwards, it occurs to her that she ought to have wondered at this, but at the time it all seemed quite natural. But when the rabbit actually took a watch, when the rabbit actually took a watch out of its waistcoat pocket and looked at it and then hurried on, Alice started to her feet, for it flashed across her mind that she had never before seen a rabbit with either a waistcoat pocket or a watch to take out of it. And, burning with curiosity, she ran across the field after it, and was just in time to see it pop down a large rabbit hole under the hedge. In another moment down went Alice after it, never once considering how in the world she was to get out again.
That's
The
fine.
rabbit
That's fine. Well done, Tarun. Thank you. I'll ask someone else to continue. Dipali, go ahead. Continue.
The rabbit hole went straight on like a tunnel for some way, and then dipped suddenly down. So suddenly that Alice had not a moment to think about stopping herself before she found herself falling down what seemed to be a very deep well. Either the well was very deep or she fell very slowly, for the for she had plenty of time as she went down to look about her and to wonder what was going to happen next.
Wonder.
First, wonder, wonder. First, she tried to look down and make out what she was coming to, but she was too dark. But it was too dark to see anything. Then she looked at the sides of the well and noticed that they were filled with cupboards, cupboards and bookshelves. Here and there, she saw maps and pictures hung upon pegs. She took down a jar.
Correct.
Yeah, okay, sir. She took down a jar from one of the shelves as she passed. It was labeled orange marmalade. But
Orange
to her
marmalade.
great orange marmalade. But to her great disappointment, it was empty. She did not like to drop the jar for fear of killing somebody underneath, so managed to put it into one of the cupboards as she fell past it. Well, thought Alice to herself, after such a fall as this, I shall think nothing of tumbling downstairs. How brave they will all think me at home. Why, I wouldn't say anything about it. even if I fell off the top of the house, which was very likely true. Down, down, down. Would the fall never come to an end? I wonder how many miles I have fallen by this time. She said aloud, I must be getting somewhere near the center of the earth. Let me see, what would be 4,000 miles down? I think, for you see, Alice had learned several things of this sort in her lessons in the schoolroom, and though this was not a very good opportunity for showing off her knowledge, as there was no one to listen to. So this is I have got to
Listen to her.
listen to her.
As
Still
there was
it
no one listen to her. Yeah.
Still it was good practice to say it over. Yes, that's about the right distance. But then I wonder what latitude or longitude I have got to. Alice had not the slightest idea what latitude was or longitude either, but she thought they were nice grand words to say.
That's fine. That's fine. Thank you, Dipali. Well done. Anjali, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Anjali, can you continue from here presently?
Presently, she began again. I wonder if I shall fall right through the earth. I wonder if I shall fall right through the earth. How funny it will seem to come out among the people that walk with their heads downwards. Exclamation mark. The antipathies. The antipathies. I think she was rather glad there was no one listening this time, as it didn't sound at all the right word. But I shall have to ask them what the name of the country is, you know. Please, ma'am, is this New Zealand or Australia? And she tried to courtesy as she spoke. Fancy? Courtesy.
Kurt saying, yes, that's fine.
Kurt saying, as you are falling through the air, do you think you could manage it? And what an ignorant little girl she will think me for asking. No, it will never do to ask. Perhaps I shall see it written up somewhere. Down, down, down. There was nothing else to do. So Alice soon began talking again. Dina second, miss me very much tonight. I should think.
It's not second, it's Dina, I'll miss. Dina will miss me very much tonight. That's what it is. Just a space, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay, Dina will miss me very much tonight. I should think. Dina was the cat. Okay. I hope they will remember her saucer of milk at tea time. Dina, my dear, I wish you were down here with me. There are no mice in the air. I am afraid, but you are no mice. Sorry, I am afraid, but you might catch a bat. And that's very like a mouse, you know. But do cats eat bats? I wonder. And here Alice began to get rather sleepy and went to saying to herself in a dreamy sort of way, do cats eat bats? Do cats eat bats? And sometimes do bats eat cats? For you see, as she couldn't answer either questions, it felt that she was dozing off and had just begun to dream that she was walking hand in hand with Dina and was saying to her very earnestly, now Dina, tell me the truth. Did you ever eat a bat? when suddenly, thump, thump, down she came upon a heap of sticks and dry leaves and the fall of over.
Very good. Well done. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. So I will continue with the others. First, let me speak to Tarup, Dipali, and Anjali. So Tarup, well done. You read well. Just to work on the diction and the tone at which you read, with which you read, is a little flat. Okay, so you need to be a little more expressive when you are reading. Okay, and yeah, and the diction. So when I say that you read with a flat tone, what I mean is that it's the similar. So you need to have some voice modulation. Alice was beginning to get very tired of sitting by her sister on the bank and having nothing to do. Once or twice, she had peeped into the book her sister was reading, but it had no pictures or conversations in it. And what is the use of a book? And what is a use of a book? Thought Alice, without pictures or conversation. So question here. So she was considering in her own mind, pause because there are the brackets here, as well as she could, for the hot day made her feel very sleepy and stupid. Even if you don't read the ones mentioned in the bracket, it's fine. It's just to, it's just for the sake of your understanding. While reading, if you omit what's written in the bracket, it's fine. So she was considering in her own mind whether the pleasure of making a daisy chain would be worth the trouble of getting up and picking the daisies, when suddenly a white rabbit with pink eyes ran close by her. You read a little voice modulation always helps, so that even you feel that you are reading in a more enthusiastic manner and being a little more expressive while reading. So that's the idea of doing the exercise, so that it's not just while reading we need to be expressive. Even when we have conversations in English or in any language, we need to be a little expressive. Otherwise, we come across as someone who sounds, who speaks in a very flat tone. So that's one. Those are the 2-3 things that you just need to work on. Otherwise, you read well. The pronunciations are largely clear, and voice is also pretty good. You read well, but just the diction, the flat tone, and some of the words where you can just pronounce it, and some of the pauses where you can kind of take a break, where there's a question, I need to sound. So for example, if I was hearing you, if I was listening to you, read that particular line, I wouldn't have understood if it's a question because you read it like a sentence. Okay. So यहाँ पर लिखा है इसलिए मुझे पता है कि वो question. Otherwise, I might not have noticed. So when you read a question, read it like a question. Okay. All right. Well done. Yeah.
So
Dipali.
what's the meaning of diction?
Diction is how you pronounce a particular word. How do you lay emphasis on a particular sound, basically. So it's all related to sound. So that's why when we discuss sometimes how many syllables in a particular word and the syllable stress, the reason for that is so that you pronounce the word in the right way. Because if there are 4 or 5 syllables, there'll be one syllable that you'll need to emphasize on, that you'll need to stress on. So that is everything forms diction. How do you read? How do you pronounce the words? That is known as diction. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank
All right.
you.
You're welcome. Just give me a minute, guys. Yeah, so that is diction. How do you read and so pronounce the words? Yes, Dipali, the pronunciation of certain words that you mispronounced, when sometimes you read you started very well, but sometimes you go very fast and then you miss out on certain words. So yeah, missing words is something that I've noted again. So like there were a couple of words that you missed out on reading. Where did you start from? Probably on top. I don't remember what words, but I definitely know that there were certain words that you missed out on reading. So generally that happens when you are reading fast. So try and be a little slow, and again, try and be a little more expressive when you are reading, because sometimes it seemed that you're in a hurry to complete the reading. So just take your time and go slow. Okay, go slow, and whenever there's a question, try and read it like a question. Otherwise, the sound is very clear. You read very high pitch, so which is very good. The sound is very loud and clear. So that is not a concern at all. So that is very good. Certain words, yes, you mispronounce the words. So just work on that. Apart from that, yeah, the other feedback I've given earlier as well. So yeah, that's fine. But you read well. Clear sound, that's very good. Clear, loud sound. So which a voice is very good. And yes, sometimes, sometimes guys, there are these signs, there are these exclamation marks. When there's an exclamation mark means there's a heightened sense of emotion. Well, thought Alice to herself. So you well jab aap padhte ho, just need to ensure that you are reading it a little more expressively so that it shows a heightened sense of emotion. Well, thought Alice to herself, after such a fall as this, I shall think nothing of tumbling downstairs. So you're reading it like, you read a poem, more expressive, more emotion. How brave they'll all think of me at home. Okay, they'll all think me at home. So again, the reason for using the exclamation is that it is a heightened sense of emotion. Okay. So yeah, that's about it. I think the other things are pretty clear. Just the words, some missing words, and work on the pronunciation. Sometimes it's the regional accent that comes into the pronunciation. So just work on that. The more you read, the better you'll get at. Okay.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Yes, Anjali, some feedback for you. You
Ma'am,
read the, yeah.
मुझे वो डेजी चेन का मीनिंग चाहिए था.
आप फाइंड कीजिए उसका मीनिंग.
अच्छा,
उसका
मुझे
मतलब
खुद find.
उसका
Okay,
मतलब actually is it's actually the meaning is basically related. Don't stress on that word. The word is basically related to the flower daisy. Daisy the flower. So daisy chin, the flower like chin. That's what it basically means.
Okay.
Here in this case, yeah. Daisy chain. Where was that particular word here? It was, yeah. Whether the pleasure of making a daisy chain, it was not actually chain, it was chain. Daisy chain would worth the. So here it says she was considering in her own mind, hot day, whether the pleasure of making a daisy chain. So maybe the chain of flowers of daisy flowers.
Picking the daisies in. Okay.
Trouble of getting daisy. Daisy is the flower here. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. So the feedback for you is the pace. The pace at which you read was sometimes not very consistent. So be a little more consistent when you read. So sometimes very slow, sometimes a little fast. When you read in a neutral, pace, that was better. Some of the pauses, कई जगहों पर commas और full stops है, वहां पर आप थोड़ा ज़्यादा pause ले लिया, कई बार pause नहीं लिया. So work on that. Question. The good thing is you read the questions like the question should be read. So that's very good. So keep it up. When there were some questions, I noticed that you read it like a question. So without even looking at the sentence, I was able to figure out that ये question है, सवाल है, आपने उसको उस तरह से पढ़ा, which is very good. So keep it up. Some of the words were mispronounced, like on was pronounced as to, which is not right. So just work on that. All right. So yeah, that's it. And be a little more expressive in your reading. Okay. It's okay if you read a little slower. That's fine.
सर उसका मीनिंग ही समझ में नहीं आता तो एक्सप्रेस नहीं हो पाती हूँ.
No, that's fine. That's fine. No problem. But it's okay if you don't understand the meaning of a particular word. You can find it later. But when you are reading, your focus should be purely on your diction, on your pronunciation. और आपके टोन पर आप क्या पढ़ रहे हो, किस तरह से पढ़ रहे हो, वर्ड को आप बाद में मार्क कर सकते हो for the meaning.
Okay, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Let's continue. Manju, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I think we stopped here. Fall was over. Yeah, I think we stopped here. Manju, you can continue from this page 7. Alice was not a bit hurt. Yeah, say.
I wish you, ma'am, sir, I wish you were down from here.
No, from here. Alice was not a bit hurt. Page 7.
Oh, Alice was not. This one?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, page 7. Alice was not a bit hurt.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Alice was not a bit hurt and she jumped up.
Manju, your voice is very low. Thoda zor se padhiye. Not able to hear you.
Okay, sir. Now
Yeah.
it's audible?
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Alice was not a bit hurt and she jumped up onto her feet in a moment. She looked up, but it was all dark overhead. Before her was another long passage, and the white rabbit was still in sight, hurrying down it. There was not a moment to be lost. Away went Alice like the wind, and was just in time to hear it as it turned a corner. Oh, my ears and whiskers! How late it is getting! She was close behind it when she turned the corner. But the rabbit was no longer to be seen. She found herself in a long, low hall which was lit up by a row of lamps hanging from the roof. There were doors all round the hall, but they were all but
You're right.
but
They were all locked. Yeah.
yes, but they were all locked. And when Alice had been all the way down one side and up the other, trying every door, she walked sadly down the middle, wondering how she was ever to get out again. Suddenly she came upon a little three
Legged.
three-legged table, all made of solid glass. There was nothing on it but a teeny golden key,
Tiny.
and tiny golden key. And Alice's first idea was that this might belong to one of the sir,
Yeah. Go ahead.
flowers and those cool.
No, wo nahi. Yeah. This always starts from the left page, right? So.
Sir,
And Alice's first idea was that this might belong to one of the doors of the hall. Page number 8 पे आइए. आप 9 पे चले गए.
Okay, sir. Okay. Sir, doors of the hall, sir?
Yes, continue.
Doors of the hall. But alas, either the locks were too large or the key was too small. But at any rate, it would not open any of them. However, on the second time round, she came upon a low curtain she had not noticed before, and behind it was a little door about 15 inches high. She tried the little golden key in the
lock,
and to her great delight it fitted.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, Manu. That's fine. Thank you. Well done.
Thank you, sir.
I'll have someone else continue. Fatima, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Fatima, can you continue from here?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Alice opened the door and found that it led into a small passage.
Fatima, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, sure.
पीछे आवाज थोड़ी echo हो रही है. If you can just, so I'm not able to hear you clearly actually.
Okay, sir. Now it is fine.
Yeah, much better. Go ahead. You can start again. That's fine.
Alice opened the door and found that it led into a small passage, not much larger than a real rat hole. She knelt down and looked in along the passage into the loveliest garden you ever saw. How she longed to get out of that dark hall and wander about among those beds of bright flowers and those cool fountains. But she could not even get her head through the doorway. She even, if my head would go through, thought, poor Alice, it would be of very little use without my shoulders. Oh, how I wish I could shut up like a telescope. I think I could if I only knew how to begin. For you see, so many of our so ma- how so many out of the way things had happened lately that Alice had begun to feel
Fatima, I'm unable to hear you. आपकी आवाज कट रही है. Suddenly stopped. Can you hear me, Fatima? I'll just mute.
to think that very few things there seem to be no. So she went for shutting people. Which certainly was not here before, said Alice. And tied around the neck of the bottle was a paper label with the word "Drink Me." beautifully printed in it large letter. It was very well, so say, drink me. But wise little Alice was not going to do that in a hurry. No, I will look first, she
She said.
said, and see whether it's marked poison or not. For she had read several nice little stories about children who had got burned and eaten up by wild beasts and other unpleasant things, all because they would not remember the simple rules
Simple rules their friends had taught them.
friends had taught them, such as that a red hot poker will burn you if you hold it too long, and that if you cut your finger very deeply with a knife, it usually bleeds. And she had never forgotten that if you drink much from a bottle marked poison, it is almost certain to disagree with you sooner or later.
That's
However,
fine. That's fine, Fatima. Fatima, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well done. Yes. So, Manju, the pace at which you read sometimes is very flat. Okay. Just try and be a little more expressive. You are expressive when there is the expression, like, you know, there is an exclamation mark. When there's a quote, you read it very well. That's good. But when you are reading a text, when you are just reading a text, you tend to read it in a very flat tone. So just work on that. There were too many pauses at times. You don't need to use so many pauses when there is none. You can just read it normally as well. That's fine. And when there is a plural, you need to read it like plural. Some of the words you missed out, like for example, there's a word here, you read it as Alice, whereas it was Alice's. Okay, Alice's. Alice's first idea was that this might belong to one door. I think you read doors of the hall, but alas, either the locks were too large or the keys were too small. But at any rate, it would not open any of them. Okay. So yeah, that's just the feedback. So work on reading a little more in your free time, okay? And just the pronunciation and the pace at which you read, very important, okay? Fatima, well read. Your pronunciation is good, most of the words, but the pace again is too fast. Too fast. Be a little slow, be a little more expressive. It's not just what you read, it's how you read is more important. It's the most important. So how you read, and take a little pause, just go a little slow. And when you're reading, can be a little more expressive, like, you know, you start from here. Alice opened the door and found that it led into a small passage not much larger than a rat hole. Pause, comma, वहाँ पर वो ये है, the semicolons there, okay? Colon rather. So Alice opened the door and found that it led into a small passage not much larger than a rat hole. So my pause is a little more than what it is here, because comma is less pause. This is like a, you know, it's as good as a full stop. You're starting another thought. So she knelt down and looked along the passage into the loveliest garden you ever saw. So there are certain words, guys, you all need to stress on. So when I read, she knelt down and looked along the passage into the loveliest garden you ever saw, doesn't give you a sense of impression. But the moment I read it like, she knelt down and looked along the passage into the loveliest garden you ever saw. So मैं इस चीज पर जोर दे रहा हूं. I'm giving stress on this particular word. Why? Because it is lovely. It is something that is evoking a sense of, you know, a picture and an emotion in you. When I say that it's the loveliest garden, this is the most beautiful. तो हम कई बार कहते हैं, this is the most amazing movie I've ever seen. So you stress on the word, right? Most amazing. So there are certain words that you need to find in a sentence while reading that give you a sense of, you know, heightened emotion. That's how you need to stress on it. How she longed to get out of that dark hall. Again, this is an emotion. How she longed to get out of a dark hall basically means that वो कई टाइम से कितने टाइम से सोच रही है कि कब वो उस डार्क हॉल से निकल जाएगी. So आपको वो listener को वो express, yeah, exactly. You need to make sure that the listener feels it. So that's how you read it. So try and work on that. One of the good things you read here is, oh, how I wish I could shut up like a telescope. That's good. You read it like it. You should read it with the exclamation, which is good. But that needs to be consistent with what you're reading. Okay, so generally the feedback for everyone is try and be a little more expressive. Okay, try and be a little more expressive. And when you're reading, just give it a sense that you're reading a story. You are narrating or something. You're narrating an idea, a story, and try and create a picture in the listener's mind. that even without looking at the text, the person is able to go through what you are reading. Okay, so that's the idea, and that can be used in our general day-to-day conversations as well. Of course, can't be that expressive, but yes, you can use your voice modulation when you are having a general conversation as well with anyone. Okay, so well done. Thank you very much for your time. Have a great evening, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow in the evening. I don't have a session at 4 p.m. today, some commitment today, so I'll not be taking the 4 p.m. session today. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hi.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hi, Rupa. Good afternoon. How are you doing today?
Yeah, good, ma'am. And you?
I'm doing well too. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Welcome, ma'am.
Hafiz is also here. Hi, Hafiz. Good afternoon. Good to see you in class. Good afternoon to everyone who's joined via chat. I think okay, some of the learners are joining in now. All right. Yes, hi, Sahil. Good afternoon. Madhuri is also here. Hi, Madhuri.
Hello, madam. Good
Hi. Good. For you, what is it? What's the time there right now? What's the time? Is it you are in India or somewhere else?
Madam, in India only, madam.
India only. Okay, all right, cool. But you joined after many days, right?
Because I am working in a government hospital, madam.
Right. I remember you had told us about this. So you've
Yes.
been a bit busy.
Yes, madam.
That's fine, no problem. Good to see you here. So I think some others also trying to join in. I think Isha is also trying to join. Aryan, if you want to join the Zoom room, join the Zoom class, you will have to take the pro membership of the Hello English app. That's how you can join the Zoom class. All right, cool. So, hi, Isha. Good afternoon.
How are you, ma'am?
I am good. You tell me one thing for sure now. Have you ported out your number and sorted out your network issue or not?
Ma'am, they cancelled my port, ma'am, actually, suddenly. I
That's
don't know
weird.
why. Yes, ma'am. They cancelled my port 2 times.
Okay. That's a little shocking. I mean, if as a customer you place a request, then they should do
Yes,
it,
ma'am.
right?
Literally, ma'am, condition of the Airtel is very bad here.
So then now are you have to visit like the gallery?
Store, ma'am. I have to go to store, I think.
Maybe so you had requested it online, is it? Like how
Yes,
have
ma'am. I haven't. I had just on from my number, and then they told me maybe 8th April will get resolved. Your number would be port, but suddenly they cancelled, ma'am.
Okay, I think it's better you just visit the store one day, take all your documents and all the information.
I think, ma'am,
Get
this
it
is the
sorted
last
out.
option. Yeah.
Yeah. If you speak to someone face to face at the store, when one of the representatives, I'm sure there's something that can be done.
Yes, ma'am. This is the last option, I think.
Yeah, but anyways, it's sounding a little better today. We can at least hear you.
Okay, ma'am. That's good.
Yeah, correct. All right. So just for
Thank you.
everyone else's, you're welcome, Isha. Just for everyone else's knowledge, since yesterday we have been doing this session on how to persuade someone. When you want to speak to someone in English and you want to persuade them or in a way convince them by giving them some reasons, by sharing your opinion, by giving some example. So how do you do that and how do you have the conversation? हम कैसे बात करते हैं तभी? So there are like 6 situations here. We have been putting you in pairs and then one person has to try to persuade the other person. So that's what we are doing. Did you all understand this situation? Does anyone have any questions before
No,
we
ma'am.
start?
Understood.
Isha, yes, I know you've been in the class. I know you've got it. What about the others? Hafiz, Rupa, Madhvi? Did you all understand this concept?
No, madam.
Okay. Rupa, what are you saying?
Actually, ma'am, so you make a 2 pair for that particularly one topic.
Yeah. So I'll just give you guys an example, Madhvi and you. So for example, if the first pair is Isha and Hafiz, okay, hypothetically, if this is the pair, and we'll select one situation. For example, persuade a friend to try out an adventurous sport. That is their situation. So so Isha may be the one who's persuading. So she'll try to persuade or convince Hafiz to try some adventurous sport. So she will talk to him. We'll tell him, why, let's try this out. This is what the plan is. And then Hafiz may say, no, I'm not interested. I'm afraid, or I don't like it, or something like that. So she'll try to give him some reasons. And that is how the conversation will be.
Madam, persuade means convince, ma'am.
It's like convincing. Convincing is like, you make someone believe something. I convince someone means I make them believe something. But persuading is like you're not supporting or you're against something, but I give you reasons, I give you some information, I share some example with you to make you, to convince you, to make you do something.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Rupa, is it clear to you as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool. All right. So, Isha is already there. Hafiz, did you understand? Hafiz, we can't hear you. Okay, you're on mute. Hi, Shrishti. Good afternoon. Hello, Hafiz. Okay, we'll speak to him once he's able to speak. So let's start it off, guys. Isha, since you don't get a chance most of the time, let's try with you first.
Okay, ma'am.
So Isha and Rupa, we'll do it with both of you. Madhvi, you can listen to the conversation first, and then we can try the next time. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, after them, you can try. Okay. So Isha and Rupa. Okay. Rupa,
Okay, ma'am.
Rupa, what situation do you want to go with?
Ma'am, last one. Persuade a customer to buying something.
Persuade a customer
Yeah,
to
ma'am.
buy something.
We haven't done this, ma'am.
Yes.
All right. So who's going to be the salesperson or the sales representative?
Isha?
Isha?
Okay, ma'am. I will.
Yeah.
Correct. And then Rupa will be the customer.
Yeah.
Okay. Isha, what are you planning to sell to Rupa?
Ma'am, summer talcum powder.
Talcum powder? For the summer season.
Yes, ma'am. Wonderful, ma'am.
But why will anyone say no to it? Yeah, no, but it's a good idea. It's okay. We can try it out.
Yeah.
Because I saw the ad on TV, ma'am.
So you are inspired by it.
Yes, ma'am.
Cool. Okay, you can start, Isha.
Okay. And she is in my shop. Okay, ma'am. I will convince.
She's come to your shop.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Hello, ma'am. Welcome
Isha,
to my shop, ma'am.
Yeah, hello.
How may I
Hello,
help you?
thank you, ma'am. Yeah, actually, I want for some new powder, talcum powder. You
Okay.
have that
Yes, ma'am.
specifically?
Yeah,
Specifically,
I want to tell you about one unique product, ma'am. Actually, we have one of company has launched
okay. Isha,
powder.
Isha,
Shine.
you have like ma'am, her voice is breaking.
Yeah, Isha, your voice is breaking in the middle.
Hmm.
Maybe try to be in one spot.
I'm not audible.
You're audible, but it's
Okay,
breaking in the middle. Try to be in one spot and be a little louder. And don't move your
ma'am.
phone or
Like,
anything.
ma'am. Okay, ma'am. You know, ma'am, one company has launched a unique product, and one unique talcum powder. Actually, it has a lot of quality. After applying it on your face, you will get lots of glow on your face, and even you will, like 24 hours, you will feel very fresh. Do you want to buy this product now?
No. Actually, I want my old one because I'm prefer for that. I don't prefer new one because when I just buy this new things, now it is not good for face also.
No,
So
actually, it's a very eco-friendly and organic talcum powder.
so it is a new product
On
or
your face for 24 hours, and you don't need to apply foundation after this talcum powder, ma'am. So I think you should must buy this at least one time.
okay. So when you launch that product, it's a new or
Ma'am, this is a talcum powder. It's a
yeah,
new product, and
but I never,
Yes.
but I never saw that ad anywhere.
Ma'am, actually,
Before.
it is from Russia, ma'am. It is a Russian product. They have launched new product in our country. So you are my favorite. You are very my loyal customer. So I just want to tell you about this product. Actually, even they have keep very minimum price for this product. If you buy one product, you will get one free.
Okay, so actually, I only use that Indian product, Pond's powder.
No,
I
ma'am.
prefer
I
for
think
this
it's
one only.
organic. It's perfect for your skin. After applying on your skin, you will feel very smooth, and you will tan free. Your skin will be tan free. So I think I just give it a try, ma'am. At least you should buy it one time.
Yeah, you actually you are very good in that selling the product. I know before I also I'm actually before I buy before I brought a same product, okay, from other market. They also selling me these things, but that product is very bad. So I don't
No,
believe
ma'am.
this
My
type
is
of product is
original
going.
product, ma'am. It's authentic product. Actually, do you heard about the Agafia brand? It's a Russian brand. It is very famous for its organic product. So they have launched first time in our country. So I just want to Indian can also use this product. As we know, Indian skins are our skins is matching to Russian skins. So they especially launched this product for Indian skin, ma'am. I think why don't you do one thing, ma'am? I will give you one trial product. You just try once, and if you
You
will
just
still
you just show me the demo, okay, first.
okay, ma'am. Just take this Agafia talcum powder. Just apply on your face, ma'am. Now look at your face, ma'am. You look so glossy. Your face look so glossy and tan free. You don't need to apply other things.
No, still now I'm looking so dark. See, my face
No,
is so
ma'am.
dark. I'm
You are,
my face. Yeah, my see my eyes are so dark circle is
ma'am,
there.
just apply it and blend it smoothly with puff powder, ma'am. Do you have a sponge? Don't worry. I will give you one sponge free with this talcum powder.
Is this? I first of all, you tell me how much the cost of the talcum butter, because you give
Ma'am,
me
just
so much of
only
discount,
800, ma'am. Ma'am, only
and so many extra product to this one powder. So how much
ma'am,
is this?
I would like to give one powder in 800. Plus, I will give you one free sponge,
Wow.
and one Maybelline lipstick also free with
Wow.
product, ma'am.
Wow. Yeah, okay, I will buy that because you just give me the so much of extra, because every woman love to buy free.
I'm so happy you are my
Love
regular
to,
customer, so
yeah,
it's my duty to take care of you, ma'am.
because I just buy for these things because you have to just I have to buy for this मैम उसको क्या बोलेंगे कि मुझे ये पसंद आया क्योंकि मैं इसके साथ और भी मुझे फ्री मिल रहा है.
So I've written it over here. See, can you see on the screen?
Yeah. You giving me many
So many freebies.
Freebies, yeah, with this product. Yes.
So I am, very happy to buy it.
Yeah. I'm happy to buy it.
All right.
It's
Cool.
great.
Isha is very cool.
Yeah. Isha is.
Thank you.
She's very like totally like that product selling like a sailor, na? She's a best.
She has that kind of skill in her.
That kind of able, ma'am. Power of.
But Isha, you should also let the customer speak a little bit, okay? Your customer was trying to complete her sentences in the middle, but you are not letting her speak.
Okay, ma'am.
No, but I think you all did it quite well.
Isha is very good. And
Yeah.
Isha, you are very good, really.
Nancy is also very good.
So sweet.
Good. Very nice. It was a good conversation and it was on the spot. See, the thing is that most of you, I think, rather all of you are able to pick up a situation and speak on the spot, whatever, the topic may be. That kind of confidence is very important. So I'm glad you guys are doing it.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. I just want to look at a few sentences, few words rather. So for example, Isha, you can tell her when you use this talcum powder or this powder, you will feel very fresh. You will feel very fresh. And Rupa, you were trying to say that कि मुझे वो पुराना वाला जो मैं use करती हूँ वही अच्छा लगता है to use. You can say I prefer to use the same old one. I use. या आप ऐसे बोल सकते हो. I use a particular brand.
Yeah.
Brand and I prefer to stick to it. Prefer to stick to it. मतलब मुझे वही अच्छा लगता है and I prefer using that one only because it suits me or whatever. So you can say something like that. Also Rupa, when you were asking क्या ये नया product है ऐसा कुछ, you tend to say is it a new?
Is it a new?
लगाते हो, but you don't need to put a. You can simply say is it new?
Is it new? Yeah.
Yeah, is it new? अगर आपको a लगाना है, so you'll have to say is it a new product?
अच्छा.
तो a किस लिए लग रहा है? A product के लिए लग रहा है क्योंकि product is a singular word, right? That's why I'm using a as an article which is used for singular. But अगर मैं सिर्फ बोलूं is it new, इसमें कोई noun नहीं है. There's no singular or plural word. I'm only asking is it new. So I don't need to put a. I don't need an article.
Okay.
Is it new? Is it old? Is it useful? Is it yours? Is it hers? That way. Okay. And I have not seen the ad of this product till now. मैंने अभी तक ad नहीं देखा एक भी. So I have not seen the ad, any ad. That product was very bad. I'll give you a trial pack. I think Isha, you are trying to say I'll give you a trial pack.
Yes, I give you a trial pack.
And the customer was looking glossy. She was shining.
Yes.
Okay. You're giving, yeah. So this is, Rupa, you asking me how to say it. So you
Yes,
can
yes,
say
ma'am. Freebies.
freebies. Yeah. So freebies are all these free things that you get when you buy something.
Ma'am, everyone is very happy to some product we have, na freebies along with this. Everyone happy, ma'am.
Anything that we get free, we are happy with, right?
Yeah, whatever we have.
Correct. So you can say it like you're giving me so many freebies, or you're giving me so many things free, so many things free, along with this product. So I think I'll go for it. Good, very nice, great.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. Isha, good thing your network is supporting.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
We could manage. Yeah. All right, cool. So Madhvi, were you listening to the conversation?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you get an idea what we're trying to do?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. So do you want to go with the same topic or should we pick another one? See, there are 6 choices. So many options. Let's pick another situation maybe. You select and then we'll anyone. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's get you a partner to speak to you. Let's ask Hafiz. Hafiz. Hi.
Yes, ma'am.
You're
Hi,
there.
ma'am.
Hi.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Great. Earlier I couldn't. I think you were trying to join, right?
Yes, I'm before facing an internet issue.
Network issue. ठीक है.
Network issue, yes.
So Hafiz, which situation do you want to pick? आपका कोई particular choice है इसमें से?
Anyone, ma'am.
Anyone?
Yes.
Okay. Madhvi, do you have any preference particularly, or we'll go with anyone? Madhvi, pick one. Hafiz is also not picking.
Fourth one, ma'am.
Fourth one. Okay, fine. Persuade a friend to give up a habit like smoking. It can be any other habit also. Okay, I've just written smoking as an example. It can be
Okay.
anything else. So one of you has to persuade the other one. So who wants to be the one who's persuading, Madhvi or Hafiz?
Yes. Okay, ma'am.
Madhvi will choose.
Hello.
Madhvi is going to persuade you. Hafiz, I think Hafiz has some. Madhvi, 1 second. Hafiz,
Okay,
are
ma'am.
you busy or something right now? Are you busy with something?
Actually, ma'am, I'm on a car and we are traveling.
Okay.
But now I'm free because I'm filling the fuel. Now I'm free.
Okay, you'll have to be a little louder, okay? Because there's some voice in the background. So you have to be a little louder so that we can all hear you properly.
Okay, ma'am.
So Madhvi will try to persuade you, okay? To
Okay,
give
ma'am.
up. Okay, Madhvi, you can start. Imagine you're calling your friend, it's over the phone conversation.
Hello.
His name is Hafiz. Okay?
Hello.
Hi, Madhvi.
Hello, Hafiz. How do you
Yes,
do?
how are you?
Fine,
I'm
thank
fine,
you.
I'm very
How
good.
do you do?
I'm also very good.
Okay. One of our friends told me that you have a habit of smoking.
Yes, I have a bit smoking. I know this is a very bad. I try to get rid of, but still I'm fail.
But it is not a good habit. It makes our health very.
Yes, I know. Whenever I'll smoke cigarette, and I'll think this is my last, but after that I will start again.
It spoils not only your health, but the people who are residing around you, their health also become bad.
Like how to?
Hello.
Yes, I'm audible.
Yes, very.
Yes, you're audible, Hafiz. Ask your question. आप कुछ question पूछ रहे थे, पूछिए.
Yes, I hear you. You say is bad for the other. How how is he? It
it it affects our lung, all body parts in our all parts in our body it affects. So it is good to get rid of this habit.
Yes, actually, I know about that, but I'm not smoke much. I'll smoke in only 1 or 2 cigarette in a day. Uh, but um, yes,
Hello,
yes,
am I audible?
Yes, you're
yes,
audible,
you
Madhuri.
are.
Hafiz, smoking habit not only spoils your health, but also it affects people around you. So please think of this habit. Uh, Otherwise, children, old age people, they don't have much immunity uh, to face it.
Yes, actually, I told you, na, कि I try to rid of this thing, but after 1 or 2 days, sometime I'll leave this habit for only a limited time, 1 or 2 days. But after that, I will start again. I'm not completely, I'm not able to leave this habit completely.
Whenever you get thought of smoking, please take a chocolate or anything, whatever you like.
Yeah, actually, I'll also try this one. And whenever I in my bag have many chocolate, but when I use week or 2 week continuously this one, after I increase my insulin level, and that's then I left this one and again I start smoking.
No, no. Whenever we have willpower, definitely we will drop that habit.
Even I'm not thinking I can do. I am able to uh, do this one.
Because central government and state governments giving regularly ads about this through National Tobacco Control Program. First, we are as youngsters, we must give our suggestions to older people. So we must become um, ideal to them, ideal to all of people who are around us.
I know all these things, but I'll try many times. Yeah, I am able to leave this thing, or this is a very bad thing. But I am not able. Even you are say this is a very bad thing for our health. It destroy our lungs, or even is a reason to going for cancer. But I know all these things, but I don't know how to I get off these things. How to
Yeah.
get off.
Hafiz, ask her, tell her, can you give me some other suggestion? What other advice? ऐसे कुछ ask her a question so she can write it down.
If you have anything about the new treatment which I'm not tried before, and then maybe I'll try.
Now so many tobacco de-addiction programs are there. If you consult them, they will give advice.
Yes, actually, I'm not about. I don't know about these program. Can you tell me who about this program?
You can meet counselors in National Tobacco Control Program in every 100-bedded government hospitals. One department is there as National Tobacco Control Program is there. There you can mm, see some counselors are there. Uh, how they give
Yes.
de-addict.
What? Sorry.
They will help you with your addiction. They will help you, right? That's what you're trying to say, Madhvi. They will help you with your smoking.
Yes, ma'am. Counselors are there.
Yeah, I'm not thought that government counseling are very good, because even when I don't have any experience, but I'm listen from the other people. They are very cheap employment. Whenever you go, oh, he is not treat you well, and his services is not good.
No. Services in government hospitals are very good now. First, you visit them and ask them how to get control from that habit.
Okay,
Because
surely
children in
I'll
our
go
home,
there and check. Yes.
because children in our house, they grow by watching our habits, our everything. So when your children grow by watching you, so they will definitely get that habit. If you drop that
Even I'm
habit,
not
then
thought
your
like
children.
that. Yes, you are right, but I'm not thought like that. Ki even I'm only one person who is smoking. If I will leave this one and then children are safe. In our environment, many people are doing like that, and I am not thinking ki if I only a one person leave this
No,
habit and then children are safe.
no, Hafiz. First, children take parents as role models.
Okay,
Oh,
Madhvi and Hafiz, can we stop here?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right, good. I think you all were, really having a good conversation. I don't think you've spoken to each other before, right? Madhvi and Hafiz.
Yes, ma'am.
This is the first time. So good, very nice. Hafiz, whenever you're speaking, try to be a little louder because I think the volume is a little low. So sometimes the other person will not be able to hear you at times. So
Okay, ma'am. I
a
will
little
try.
louder, yeah. Okay, so Madhvi, great job, very nice. Hafiz,
ma'am.
you were also, saying no, I will not leave. I don't think it makes a difference. I've tried so much and all those kind of things. I've
Yes,
written a
ma'am.
couple of sentences for us to focus on. Okay,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
Madhvi, you were trying to tell him that people, you could say everyone around you could also get affected, even though you're the only one who's smoking. So the first reason you gave him was you should quit smoking because the other people around you could get affected. So you could say like that. Hafiz, आप ऐसे बोल सकते हो. I don't smoke much. Yeah, I'm not a chain smoker. Chain
Okay, ma'am.
smoker is someone जो बहुत smoke करते रहते हैं, right? एक के बाद एक smoke करते रहते हैं पूरे time. So you say that I don't smoke much. I'm not a chain smoker. I smoke only once in a while. अगर आपको कहना है कि मैं कभी कभी तो आप कहते हैं once in a while, sometime, something like that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now certain word formations I want both of you all to look at. Okay, so for example, Madhvi, in your case, see, you tend to say old age people. Now, not old age people, but you want to say older people. Older people, or you can also use the term senior citizens. Okay, because what is the meaning of old age? If I say old age means budhapa, the age when we are old, we are older. So that is called old age. But a person, you can't say a person is old age person. Okay, so you say that a person is an older person or a senior citizen.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
Old age, how will you use old age in a sentence? You can say, she lived all alone during her old age. Means when she was older, she was a senior citizen. At that time, she was staying all by herself.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
Hafiz, you can also say like this, मैंने बहुत कोशिश की है ये habit छुड़ाने की. Can you read this sentence? Can you read it?
Yes, I've tried I tried so hard to get rid of this habit.
Yeah. So when you're talking to Madhvi, to your friend, and she's trying to persuade you, you can tell her, you know, Madhvi, I've tried so hard, I've tried so much, but it just doesn't happen. You know, I always start again. After that, I try for some days, and then after that, I start again. So in that case, then Madhvi, you could tell him, you need to be determined. You have to be strong, right? You have to have willpower. You use a nice word, willpower. You have to have strong willpower and be determined to give up the habit. So Madhvi, you are also saying we have to be idols or we have to be role models to younger people. I think you are trying to say that, right?
Yes,
That
ma'am.
if we do have certain habits, they may also kind of follow us. So we have to be role models, or the word you are trying to use is this, idol. We have to be like a role model, like an idol. Pronunciation is idol. And ideal is a different word, Madhvi, what you are saying. Can you see this? Ideal.
Yes, ma'am.
Ideal means different. Ideal means like he is the ideal friend. Means to say he's like the perfect friend, ideal friend. Or if you're talking about a match, you can say he is the ideal match, perfect match for her. That is ideal. Ideal means perfect. But idol means like, you know, like someone is a idol, like you can look up to them and follow them. Okay.
Okay.
Hafiz, you have to also focus on one more thing. आपका एक है जो आपको change करना पड़ेगा habit. आप बोलते रहते हैं I am. जैसे कि ये sentence, I am not tried before के बदले में क्या आप बोलेंगे आप I am के बदले में?
Just I.
No, you'll have to say I have not.
I have.
I have not tried this before.
Okay.
Have not can become haven't. आप haven't भी बोल सकते हो. I haven't tried this before.
Yes.
या फिर अगर आप I और have को contract करेंगे तो I have not tried this before. Okay, so you have to be little. What you do is practice little bit of present perfect tense. जहाँ पे I have या I have not. ऐसे sentences कैसे बनाते हैं? Yeah. Again यहाँ पे भी आपने बोला I am listened from other people. यहाँ पे आप बोल सकते हैं I have heard. मैंने दूसरे लोगों से सुना है. I have heard from other people. जो हम बोलते हैं ना सुना है, मैंने ऐसे सुना है इसके बारे में या उस चीज के बारे में, तो उसके लिए हम listened नहीं बोलते हैं, हम बोलते हैं heard. I have heard that this program is starting tomorrow, or I have heard that something, whatever it is. तो मैंने सुना है, I have heard. Yeah. And Madhvi, you know, you could also tell him like this. I would suggest that you visit the center, consult the counselors or the doctors, and I'm sure they'll be able to help you out.
Okay.
You can kind of put your thoughts like that together.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, so you guys are doing quite well, no doubt, but I want you to focus on your sentence construction, the little verbs and all that.
Okay, ma'am.
But keep up your confidence, okay? Both of you are speaking confidently. Madhvi and Hafiz also. Hafiz, even you.
Okay.
Nice, yeah, but keep a check on these little things, yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
Cool.
Just give me 1 second. I will take screenshot.
You want to take a screenshot? Okay, I'm just going to scroll up here. Okay. In the meantime, does anyone else have any questions around whatever you heard till now? The conversations or any questions around what we are discussing? Can I scroll down?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Now I'll take it.
Yeah. Okay, Aryan, you've joined the class. You managed to join. Hi, good afternoon. Yeah, are you done, Hafiz?
Yes, ma'am, I had.
You've taken it. Okay, cool. Thanks. Yes, Aryan, hi. Would you like to speak? You're on mute, okay? आप mute पे हो, I can't hear you. Okay. Aryan he asked us how he can join and then he's joined. Okay. But he's not speaking. Okay. I don't know, Aryan, if you have a network issue or something, but if you'd like to speak, please unmute and you can talk to us. Shima, you're here, right?
Yeah, ma'am. Good
Hi,
afternoon.
good afternoon, Shima.
Hello.
Yeah. Hi, Aryan.
Hello. Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, hi. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Good to see you here. Thanks for joining. Yes, tell me.
Thank you.
So this is your first class, I'm
Hello.
assuming, right?
Yes, ma'am. This is the first one.
All right, superb. So were you listening to the conversation? Did you understand what we are trying to do?
Yes, ma'am. I understand.
You understood. Okay. So we'll Aryan will partner you up with Shima. Okay, you guys are going to practice the conversation now. Shima, can you pick up a situation for us, please?
Yeah, ma'am. 6th number situation. Customer and seller.
That is already done.
Done? Okay, ma'am. So, 3rd number.
Third one. Okay. So the situation is such, number 3 is that both of you all are from the same family. Okay. Whatever you all want to be, brother, sister, couple, whatever it is, that's the situation. And both of you all want to go on a holiday. But maybe Aryan wants to go to a different place, a different destination, and Shima wants to go to a different destination. So Shima, you have to try to convince Aryan that he should go with the one that you're selecting.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay?
Yeah.
Aryan, did you understand the situation?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right, cool. So since it's your first class today, let Shima take the lead, and then you also follow along with the conversation.
Okay, ma'am.
All right, great. Shima, you can start. So you all want to be brother and sister? Is it sibling?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, it will be okay.
Okay.
Hey, hi, Aryan, bro.
Hello. Hello, Seema. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. What about you?
I'm also good.
Yeah, actually, do you know summer is going on, so I plan to go out.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have to come with me.
Where? Where are you
This is
going?
this is a hill station in Maharashtra, Chikaldara. People known is Vidarbha, Kashmir.
Okay.
So yeah, would you like to come with me?
You are playing for hill station.
Yeah, hill station, because you know the weather is very hot, so hill station will be good.
Then I'm not interested in going to hill station.
But why? I think you have also holiday, so you should catch up with me and you should enjoy.
I also have holidays, but I want to go for Goa.
Goa. But
Yeah.
this place is also good. There are so many points. One is the sunset point, and there is one dam and Devi temples point, and there are
Yeah.
good point. If you search on Google, on YouTube, so you will get all information about that, and definitely you will interested. So I think
I
you should
have I,
search once time.
I have visited hills many times. I don't want to go to hills. Now I want to go to Goa because I have visited Himalayas recent month.
Yeah, I know Goa is very famous for tourists, but next time we will go there. So why you don't come here with me this time? I think you should catch up with me.
My cousin is also in Goa. He's a government employee in Goa. He's also calling me to visit Goa. He's saying that you have not visited my home since
Yeah,
last year.
yeah, I
So
know
I'm
our
planning to
cousin is.
visit Goa.
Yeah, Aryan, I know our cousin is in Goa. So next time we will visit there. really it is very good places. If you watch once time, you will not ignore.
I understand your points, but why are you not visiting Goa? Let visit Goa.
Yeah, I would
I have
like
not
to.
visited a single time Goa.
Yeah, I would like to visit Goa, but next time, because this time I plan everything and I want to go there because I plan everything about this place.
Okay,
Yeah, so I think you
but
should come with me. Really, you
it
will.
is too.
Sorry, could you repeat, please?
But I want to go to Goa. I don't find I recently visited Himalayas, Rishikesh, Himasuri. So I don't want to visit again in hills. So
Yeah, I
please,
know.
we will go in your destination next time. This time, this time you visit Goa with
Uh,
me.
I know I can understand what you have to say me, but I think you should do something for your sister. I am requesting you, if you come with me, really uh, we both will lot of enjoy together. So I think you should do something for me.
Oh, you are putting relationship pressure on me. You have to think my brother also want to Goa, then you can go into Goa also. Don't say about I'm your sister, this is not a sister. You are my also. I'm your also brother. You can.
Yeah, but first time I told you I have to go somewhere and I plan. So you decide after that. So I think you should think about my plan. Next time definitely I will come with you.
Okay, then what are your plans? Tell me about your plans.
Yeah, I have to
How
go
how
for
how
yeah, I have to go 2 3 days. I have to go for 2 3 days, and yeah, I plan everything. I make some I buy some stuff about your this vacation plan, and I planning everything. I book one travels because not
okay?
only we both, our all family members is are there.
Okay.
So yeah, I have
Have
to
you
go.
Googled about some famous places there?
Yeah, I search on Google, and I heard about this place from my friends because they went there so many times. So that's why I would like to go there. I'm so interested to watch that place. I'm very excited.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me when are you planning to go to visit that place?
Yeah, this weekend, uh, this time is suitable for you in this weekend.
No, next weekend.
Okay, okay. If you have no time,
Simply
uh, yeah, but you agree to come with me, so I'm so happy. So it's okay. No problem. I will plan in next weekend. I'm so
okay.
happy.
Then
Yeah, I'm so happy because you are coming with me.
okay, I have done only for you. You have not listened my plan. Then you said you only one time. Next
Yeah,
time you have to go up with me.
yeah, definitely. Next time
Okay.
I will come with you. Yeah, thank you, Aryan. Thank you
Please,
so much.
before visiting, but before visiting, you have to confirm out the weather conditions in that place.
Yeah, weather is good there because in
Mount,
summer season is here, but this is a hill station, so weather is good for health. Not much hot. It is a cold places.
monsoon also has to come in next few months. It is There's no raining that there.
Okay, you don't worry because my
It
friends
get
are
complicated when
yeah, my friends live near this near by this place, so I will ask. I will get some information about weather, about other new places, new points. So you don't worry.
okay.
I will make all plans. Only you have to come with me.
Okay.
You don't worry about that.
But before going there, we have to take permission of the parents.
Yeah, our all family members are agree to come with us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then this is no
That's why
problem.
I'm forcing you.
Okay, I agree.
Yeah. Thank you, Aryan.
All right, Aryan and Shima, interesting conversation. It really sounded like the sister was actually persuading and trying to convince the brother to come
Thank you,
along.
ma'am.
And the brother was really
Very
hell
strict,
bent
ma'am.
on, yeah, absolutely, very stubborn, hell bent on not agreeing with the plan at all. But good, nice. See, that's how you do role play. Role play should be like that, where you all are both, trying to get into the situation and, have the conversation. Very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. Shima, I've heard you so many times. You're doing really well. Aryan, this is your first class, but it was very nice
Yes,
to
ma'am.
listen to you too.
Yes, ma'am.
You're speaking pretty well. I think maybe if you just keep practicing and keep talking, you have confidence already. Confidence is not an issue.
Yeah, ma'am.
I
He's
think
responding very well, ma'am.
yeah, he's able to listen, respond, everything. Maybe
Yeah.
are you looking, Aryan, at expanding your vocabulary and learning new phrases and stuff like that? Is that what you're looking for?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself, Aryan? Like what do you do and where are you from, if we may ask?
Ma'am, I'm preparing for the competition exams. I have now working as a SI, some inspector in UP government.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah, I'm preparing for civil service exam. For that, I am good in listening English, reading English, but I am not fluent in speaking English. The students who speak English in interview, they get higher marks. So for that reason, I joined your class. I found your classes very interesting and enjoyable and also knowledgeable. So I joined your classes. That's why I want to learn English.
Great.
Yeah, Aryan, you came in right track. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Shima. Yeah, Aryan, I can understand your situation. See, you are already speaking quite well, but I'm not sure whether you have that kind of environment, where you get to practice on a daily basis. I'm not sure about
Yes, ma'am. There is a lack of environment, ma'am.
Yeah, because sometimes when you speak, I can sense that slight hesitation in, coming out with that sentence. So you definitely, you practice daily, join
Yes,
whatever
ma'am.
classes. There are many other classes on this app, okay, not only mine. There are so many other classes that happen from 10 to 7 in the morning. So join the classes, see which
Yes,
one
ma'am.
works for you, where you can participate, and just ensure that you are speaking every day, not only here, but see if you can speak with a
Yes.
partner or something like that also and practice your speaking. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah. So we just quickly look at some of the sentences and questions that you guys were using.
Okay.
So Shima, see over here. Do you know summer is going on? That is how you started. But अब ऐसे हम पूछेंगे किसी को do you know summer is going on, मतलब पता ही है सबको कि summer चल रहा है. So that actually आप ये कहने की